The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, you have questions, we have answers.
Shall we play a game?
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan. I am your host, Caleb Craig.
Did one of you fuckers break my headset? This is Cameron.
I don't know.
Jake did use it for a Puff Puff hour, so I talked to him.
Is it not working at all?
No, my brand new headset. You guys destroyed it. Oh well.
What?
You hear that, Jake? You hear that?
No, the volume's turned down.
Go again.
Brand new
right
headset.
here, brand
Don't
new
know how to
headset.
use it.
There's a volume thing on the side there.
Is it up now? Do you
Is it
hear
working? Hello?
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 You hear?
Can you hear it?
It's better now.
Fucking. Did you guys fuck with my shit?
Who broke it?
I'm gonna
Jake.
beat you up.
You are no longer allowed to use my headset. Don't fucking touch it.
There's a volume now. I didn't know.
Use
it
your own
existed.
fucking money to buy your own headset.
Oh, he did.
Oh my god.
He brought it, but then he saw that yours was in there, and then he just used it.
Oh my god.
Didn't want to interrupt.
Wow. No, he wanted to interrupt every other thing about it. It only took us 20 minutes to figure out what the fuck Jake fucked with in order to get our stream up this morning.
Yeah, it was all quiet. I was like, okay, what's wrong?
Yeah, volume's not going into the stream. The cord for the Zoom is on the opposite side. The camera's twisted like a fucker away.
Craig thought it was
Caleb
invisible.
Yeah, Craig didn't know it was there last night.
It wasn't.
Oh my
I
god.
swear it wasn't.
I tuned into Puff Puff Hours stream and I just saw the back of Jake's head. Then I had to show Schweiss this morning. We were laughing about it for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was centered back of Jake's head. And I was like, why do you guys even do this? Like, why even stream? Like, what's the point?
If you're gonna
Dude.
like move the camera at least, like you could see what camera it's coming out of. Unless you guys couldn't see that camera either. It was just this invisible.
Oh, no, we knew about that one.
I was watching
Puff
the back
Puff
of Jake's
Hour,
head.
guys. Check it out. on
Again, we bring
iTunes.
up Puff Puff and shit on him. We're not trying to. It just happens. Like,
Maybe they stop fucking with our equipment. Maybe they can handle it. There you go.
maybe. Yeah, that's good.
It's all set up. It's all ready to go. It's not complicated. You press record.
All you got to do is change the camera. That's the one thing you need to do, and the that and then the input device for the mic on XSplit, and that's it.
That's it.
Which
That's
I forget
it.
almost every time. To be honest, the input device I literally forget every single time
It's like, oh yeah, I gotta do
when I
this.
start the stream and when I start the podcasts. So when I'm streaming the game, I'll just be like, people are like, "Can't hear you," and I'm like, "Fuck, I forgot to change it."
Oh, okay. Well, Puff Puff Hour you can check out. We also have the Godzilla podcast. We also have a tale of Swish. What?
Song of Schweiss and Johnson. If
Why
he
do you
ever gets
always
back to
forget?
me.
He has a
Fucking
hard
you
time
do the
with his
plugs
name.
then.
Guy's turning into a kind of flaky. He won't respond.
Oh, surprising.
Oh,
So I'll have
boy.
to cancel it probably if it keeps going,
Oh, really?
or find somebody else.
Find someone else.
It's
Then
like-
you have to change the name again.
No, I'll just keep the name. I'll just find somebody with the
It'll
last
be
name
Attila
Johnson.
Schweiss and his Johnson.
Find someone whose last name is Johnson.
Yeah, I'll get The Rock to host.
Oh
the
yeah, that's
podcast
good.
with
That's a
me.
good one. That's a good option.
He'd be a good host, I bet. He'd probably
Oh, I
be a
bet
lot
he'd
of
be an
fun.
amazing host.
Yeah. You need to watch and study Game of Thrones, Dwayne, and then we can get together.
If you want to contact us, you can tweet me at Joseph DeGolier
Me at Obsidian Ba.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast
or the podcast Twitter where all the game nominees are up, and you can go and vote on that. That's at Nude Clan Podcast. And one more thing, guys, we are doing Nude Clan After Dark this week, so please ask your advice questions at 385-204-3921. That's 385-204-3921. We had a lot of fun last time, I think, so we're going to keep doing that.
Yeah, it was fun.
What game won last time?
So it looks like Caleb, myself, unfortunately, and Cameron will be playing I Am Setsuna next. So what is that?
I Am Setsuna.
Is it a Japanese role-playing game?
Yeah, it's an RPG. It's
An
an
JRPG, even?
Yeah, a JRPG. It's not supposed to be that long. I think it's maybe 30 hours.
Oh, not that long.
Guess I'm just gonna
It's really not that long. Of course, I've been playing 100-hour RPGs, so
That's your doing. That's not mine.
Well, I mean, in fucking Persona 5, and then every
That was my
Dragon
doing.
Quest.
Yeah, I voted for that. So
Yeah.
Well, I Am
remember
Setsuna
that.
was my nominee.
that's all right. I wanted to play Life is Strange because I got it for free, and it's an episodic.
It was the second place winner. Look at
Yeah,
that.
but look how many more votes I Am Setsuna
I
got.
know.
There wasn't even a
lot.
chance.
Yeah. Thank you to all those who voted,
Yeah, thanks a lot.
choosing our fates.
So, what has everybody been playing this week?
I've been playing Dragon Quest 7 and Mega Man Zero, and that's it.
Mega Man Zero.
Yeah.
Craig, you played more than just that.
Oh, and I've been playing Pokemon Ultra Sun.
There you go.
Yeah.
You play so many video games, you forget.
I do, dude.
Wow.
I do.
That's one heck of a problem to have.
It is.
What is that Mega Man
only it
one?
were the only
new.
one.
Is that a new one?
It's not a new one. It's one for the Game Boy Advance that I really enjoy. It's kind of like a sort of spin-off series of the Mega Man X games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. It's just like the others, big platforming.
Platforming, yeah.
It's hard.
Play as Zero. Yeah. Get different weapons to go through the game. Yeah. It's
Sweet.
awesome.
Okay, Cameron?
So I've been playing, of course, Bloodborne. I've streamed every second I've played of it, but I'm getting tired of streaming it just because the stream is broken. So
Stream?
Yeah, I wonder what's going on with
What
that.
the
Do you
fuck is
have
that?
the setting turned on for display chat?
I do.
It
There
does.
is a
Sometimes
setting.
it works and sometimes it doesn't.
And the kicker is, even when I connect on my phone on a different Twitch account, I still don't see the chat on my phone.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
you made a new Twitch account?
I have
Oh.
I have my own personal Twitch account.
He can't see the chat.
Cubby
I
butter?
can see the chat. And it doesn't matter if you're logged in or not.
I
to a
just
Twitch
I
thing.
don't
You
know
can
if
see
it's
the
if it's
chat.
because Joe is logged in and looking at the chat at the same time. I'm logged in on my PlayStation. It's just
I didn't
fucking
see your
things.
Bloodborne yesterday.
So
It
we
isn't-
we got to talk about Elgatos because I feel like that's the only way forward for me.
Well, no, if you're not seeing any chat at all, it's not going to pull up on the Elgato. I swear to God, it must be your internet.
No,
or
I don't know.
something. It's
I
weird.
think it's the PlayStation.
I've streamed there,
But he's
before.
saying he can't pull it up on his phone either.
Well, you can't see the chat on your phone?
No,
Then maybe
not
it's
one
a
on
thing
my
with
personal account.
Twitch.
That's
But-
fucked up. That's wrong.
But I see the chat.
Maybe.
When I was in there the one time, anyway.
What the hell did you do, Game?
Nothing. I've streamed there before, and it
don't
worked
know
just fine.
what the fuck
Maybe
is
try
happening with
disconnecting and connecting the Twitch again. I don't know.
All right, that's probably next.
I don't know because that is really bizarre, and I noticed that too. I was like, none of your stuff's coming up. That's why I messaged you on the side, and I was like,
Oh, I know it's not working.
Is, is there some sort of security thing that it's not letting him through his Wi-Fi or some shit?
NAT type is what you're looking at, but NAT type is already a good type of NAT type 2, which allows me to chat and whatnot with people. So
Fuck yeah, we'll have to figure that out because that's not cool. Or we could just give you an Elgato.
and Elgato.
Can you pull it up on your computer though? Have you tried that?
I don't really have a computer at the moment, so
Oh, your tablets.
no, it's still there. I just don't ever
Well, you
pull it
should
out.
Pull it up and see if you can get chat on that. Because if you can't get chat on that, it's an internet thing. It's something to do with your connection to the internet versus Twitch in some way.
I don't know how that would be,
Yeah.
but yeah.
it would, because it's not a device thing because it's not working on either his phone or his PlayStation.
That's true, yeah. That's fucked up. I don't know. That's weird, man. Because, yeah, Joe will come in on mine all the time and be logged in as Nude Clan, and I'll see everything.
Yeah, same with me.
Fuck, maybe we need to get another Elgato.
Maybe.
Or yeah, you can try out an Elgato and see if it changes anything. But you still have to have chat come into the Elgato stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's through Twitch itself. It's through Twitch Alerts, so it pulls it from a different source. So I think you should be able to
maybe
do it.
that. Maybe you can log into Twitch alerts and see if you can see it.
Okay.
Maybe there could just be like some random connection with the PlayStation and Twitch. So you try resetting it, see if that helps.
I don't know what it is, because there was one moment when the first time I was streaming, the chat on the PlayStation started to work, but then it stopped shortly after.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah. Fucking weird.
Okay, anyways, so I played Bloodborne. I'm past the second boss, and I'm in the next area, the area where there's this hunter on a rooftop shooting that gun at you with the bullets that just don't stop. Basically sounds like an AC-130 as it's going at you.
That's not a boss. It's just a regular guy.
Oh, I know, but that's the level I'm on, just letting you guys know where I'm looking around.
I don't know if I can't remember that part specifically.
When you're walking around, there's a giant turret on top of a tall tower spraying down at you. And then you go into the chapel area, you pull a lever, the tomb slides back, and you can go down underneath the tomb.
This sounds like an extra level, Cameron. This doesn't sound like one of the 5 levels you actually have to go through.
Huh. Well,
Yeah.
I'm having fun. I like the
Okay,
area.
all right, then do it.
Okay.
Somebody just said that is an optional spot
Yeah, okay.
in the chat.
How do you feel about working on something so hard?
Well, see,
So
Joe, I am
worthless at the
playing a
same
game without a guide and
true.
without someone fucking running me through. So I'm just exploring the world as it leads it to me.
As it's intended?
And I'm just exploring and having fun, finding stuff, running away from stuff.
That's one way to play. You're right.
And
good stuff.
and then just not having someone go, "Hey Joe, let me fight this boss for you," and then I've also been playing a lot of Pokemon Ultra Moon and Pokemon Go. Let me fight this boss for you.
Nice.
Hold on. Let's get another repeat on this.
And then I've also been playing.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at.
Twice.
I have been playing nothing but Final Fantasy Type 0 and a little bit of Bayonetta.
I thought you were playing Type P earlier.
You started that first Bayonetta?
Yep.
How you liking it?
It's very sexualized. It's
It is
fun.
very sexual, yes.
It's fun, but I'm going to say it right now, and I'm not going to regret it. DMC's combat is better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
By
What game
far.
was that?
It's
Bayonetta or
Bayonetta.
Oh, Bayonetta.
Right,
Okay. I thought he was talking about I Am Setsuna. I was like, oh no.
No, I Am Setsuna plays like Chrono Trigger. So,
Okay.
there you go.
Well,
None of
good
us know
thing
what that is.
Cameron has that context.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Cameron's
exactly
big
what
Chrono
that
Man.
is.
Yep.
It's different.
He is kind of the Chrono Man.
They call him
His
trigger
watches-
heads. That's what I heard they call him.
Oh, really? Triggers? What about just triggers?
Just triggers.
Triggered.
Yeah, that's it, though. Kind of a light week for me.
Light week for
Not
you.
light hours-wise.
How
but
far
light.
did you get into Bayonetta?
Not very.
Oh, you just basically started it.
Yeah, I'm like an hour in.
Oh, okay.
Just playing it at lunch.
I would call it a heavy week because I played this game fucking 4 days in a row, like pretty solidly, like 5-hour streams. I played Bloodborne.
Bloodborne?
Blah, 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 blah. Most of the gameplay of Bloodborne is based upon you just retrying things over and over again, which is infuriating, but at the same time, it's like you learn the map slowly over time. Swear to God, half my week was spent, though. Half the game was spent in the Forbidden Woods, which is like the middle level of the game. It's a piece of shit, Cameron. You're going to get there, you're going to want to kill yourself. It's awful. Everything looks the same. Like the rest of the levels in Bloodborne, it's got like some good variety. It's got like very solid, you know where the path is sort of things. Forbidden Woods is it's an asshole. You can't see shit, and it's just a death trap, and it took forever. So that was half my week. But yeah, I played a lot of Bloodborne. I think that's the only video game I played this week, actually.
How good did you get at parrying?
At parrying? It depended on the guy. There were some creatures that I was really good at parrying against. There were some I could never figure out the timing. So that's how that was. Those are all the games that we played this week.
Yeah.
Did anybody beat a game?
I beat Mega Man Zero.
Mega Man Zero. You played and you started it and beat it in
Yeah,
one week, huh?
it's not that long. Well, I mean, it's okay.
No,
It's
Cameron's
about-
going to have to play Mega Man Zero.
No, he's not.
Because I won't.
It's pretty easy, Cam. You can get through it.
You just didn't want me to be tied with you this week, did you?
What?
Nothing.
I did not beat a game.
You did not beat a game.
No.
Okay.
I beat Final Fantasy Type 0.
Nice. I beat Bloodborne.
Did you?
I did.
Did you though?
I did fair and square.
Let's begin.
Okay, so that argument we're having beforehand, this is now the time.
No, I said my piece already.
All right, guys. Here's the thing. Fucking.
First off, you are all hearsay. You only watched me play it for a little bit, so you don't know the fucking shit I went through. So don't fucking tell me I didn't beat that game fair and square.
Well, then tell me this, Joe. Did you beat a single boss by yourself?
After some other guys died, yes, I beat one boss alone.
But did he?
And how much?
I did, in fact, get the last few hits on a boss by myself while other guys were dead.
Were those also the only hits that you landed on the boss?
No, they were not the only hits I landed on the boss.
Objection.
What?
I said objection. Your Honor.
He's just confusing you.
I have fucking Chase versus Game is in the chat. He can back me up here, as he did back me up many times in the game itself.
And did you play this game with someone at your level so that you could actually experience the game?
I don't know what their level was, so that's a good question. Chase versus Game, I believe, was on the level with me. There were other people that helped me out. Gage Klein helped me out, and X Ninja something. Can't remember his full avatar title. He also helped me out quite a bit and was probably overpowered when he helped.
Mm-hmm. Would you say that he maybe one-shot a boss?
The two last fights. I didn't ask him to do it, but he did in fact one-shot a boss. Yes. What's your fucking point, Craig?
I'm just saying that you didn't beat the game, Joe.
Really? Because Chase versus Game, who played it with me, said I beat the game. Look, he said he beat the game. ... Unfortunately.
No, okay, because
this terribly.
This reminds me exactly of what happened in Parasite Eve.
This is not what happened in Parasite Eve at all. What are you
couldn't beat
about?
Parasite Eve, so you had to get somebody else's save who had better shit. Which is equivalent to you playing the game with people who are way better and have the ability to one-shot bosses
not an equivalent,
and then take out the bosses for you.
That's not
That is the equivalent of this. It's the same thing.
Technically, it could be considered equivalent, but the big difference is that the summoning bell is an in-game
here's the point.
function.
Here's the other thing, though.
There's not an I steal someone's save in-game function,
let's go
which
back.
is what the equivalent would actually be.
No. Let's take this back real quick to Diablo 3. A game where I was level 900 and could have ran you guys through the game, and Joe was like, you know what? No, I want to be able to beat this game on my own. I don't want you to run me through this game.
The difference
and then Bloodborne comes along, and he's like, yes, everyone who is possibly overleveled who could one-shot bosses for me, please help me out, please. And then he beats the game. Oh, what? He beats the game because people one-shot bosses for him?
Craig.
Oh, my God.
This only ever happened fucking once. There was only ever one-shot boss.
You wanted to have integrity. Those were the words you used when you said you didn't want me to run you through Diablo 3.
Hold on now.
Joe. So... this is just your own thing.
So you used to be okay with this until I got to Bloodborne, because you wanted me to bitch about how hard Bloodborne was for 5 weeks instead of having a life, which must be a real fucking problem for you.
I was just gonna do the endgame shit with you in Diablo 3, but you were like, no.
Here's the thing, Craig.
Want to have integrity.
I played the game 2 credits, which is our definition of an ending. Even in the Bloodborne
It's
wiki,
not our definition of an ending. It is your own definition of an ending.
Fuck up, let me talk.
Go for it. You can't prove anything to me. I'm not changing my mind
from
on
beginning
this.
to end. There is one of 3 official endings for Bloodborne, one of which being the bad ending, which means no final boss, which I took, by the way.
Oh, I know
because I didn't
took
want to
that.
have to fight another fucking boss. All right? I get it. Yeah, I get it. Joe Core, fuck you. All right? I got it, got credits, and got a new game plus from it. I would count that as beating the fucking game. And I did that alone, by the way. Because there's no boss. I just went and did the function and beat the game myself. I never took another save. I did back up a save once, which you're not supposed to do in Bloodborne, but you can do it through the PlayStation Plus function of transferring a game onto the internet and then pulling it back down. I did that just in case I ran out of insight points at one point of the game, but I never actually used it. So that's another thing. The beckoning bell, which uses up insight points, which are gained in the game, is the thing that adds to the multiplayer aspect of this thing. It's how you pull people in to help you with a certain area, and then you keep going. They get a point from it. I get a point from it, and we're all happy because we did the multiplayer function with the beckoning bell, which is an in-game function. And you know what? That final boss that he one-shotted, I did, on my own, get 3/4 of his health down. There is video footage of me doing this. And I thought about doing my final boss
Well, you should have.
myself. But I chose not to. And here's the thing, Craig. I knew I could do it if I tried it like 10 more times. I knew I could do it. Because
Then
I
you should
got
have
so
done it.
far by myself doing that, and I was like, you know what? I don't want, these other guys are watching the chat. I'd love to play a little multiplayer. I'd love to just get this game done. That's mostly the thing. So I said, fuck it. I'll have them help. And yes, Mr. X Shady Ninja, whatever his name is, thank you very much for your help, by the way. He did, in fact, have a super weapon, apparently, and did, in fact, one-shot the final boss. Craig, though, here's the thing. With me knowing that I could take 3/4 of health down, there are guitar solos I would love to play. I would love to learn Freebird all the way through. But here's the thing. And I know I can play Freebird if I put in a little bit of time because I've done all the things up to Freebird, right? I know how to do certain picking techniques, speed picking techniques. I know the scales having to do with it. I'm familiar with it. I can do hammer-ons and pull-offs. I'm quite good at the guitar, Craig. And I know that if I wanted to, I could play Freebird. But you know what? It's time consuming and I don't want to do it. So I'm not going
Leonard
to.
Skinner's kind of overrated, so
So I'm only gonna learn part of the Freebird solo and then be done with it. That's all. That's what I'm gonna
Sounds
be.
very Joe Core.
And
so.
yeah, this is a Joe Core thing. I agree. I could have beaten the guy by myself. I chose not to.
Well, here's the thing.
And you know what? And
I like how
won
you
it.
justify getting a
beat it
person
to
down
credits.
to 3/4 health justifies you fighting that boss because oftentimes they
Well,
get harder.
Yeah, he
the
gets
more you
hard. They get
down.
harder at the halfway point. They don't usually they don't
Not
do
the
anything
one
past
boss I
the
fought.
3/4 point.
The boss I fought just barely, the Father Gascon, he got harder and then he got harder again.
I also did go through all the non-boss areas by myself as well.
Yeah, you mean the areas which you can run
So,
through
almost
past
beating a
every
boss.
enemy
So, Greg,
without having to fight
Chase
them?
versus Game, who has beat this game many times, agrees that I did beat this game. You've never beaten this game. Chase has beaten
haven't
this
tried
game
to beat
many
this
times.
game. But you know what I did, Joe?
says he-
I beat the first boss on my second try by myself.
Sheep-
Cam has beaten the first two bosses without having anybody's help.
It's about
you
sheep-
didn't even try.
Sheep
You didn't
versus
even
sheep.
try to beat one boss by yourself.
I did try, Craig.
You tried the first boss like 3 times, got pissed off, and started calling people
Every
in.
single boss
as soon
I
as
came
you
across,
found
I
out,
tried like 4
as soon
times.
as you found out that other people could come help you, you immediately went that route. You did not try to experience the game to the point where you have to fight a boss and learn its patterns.
I played it so
You
that I would like the
cannot
game.
you cannot accurately say anything about the game because you
that's not
didn't
true.
fight any
It's
of the
an
bosses.
in-game function. It's totally acceptable by the game standards.
So-
I didn't have to do anything questionable.
You
to
didn't
get
have
the
to
stuff.
do anything at all. Everybody else did it for you.
It's not fucking true.
Craig's gonna die this day.
Chase versus Game. He did try multiple times.
Yeah, he tried the first boss multiple times.
I tried all
watched
the
it.
bosses multiple times, Craig.
No,
So with the
you
rem-
didn't.
Yes, I did. You didn't watch the fucking stream.
I know that
So
you
shut
had
the
other
fuck
people
up.
beat the game for you. That's what I know. Because you couldn't do it. You couldn't do
I'm
it.
not arguing with that.
Suck.
I'm not arguing with whether or not I could or couldn't do. I could have done the
So,
last boss.
when
I'm
the-
not sure about the boss before him, but I could have done the last boss by
So
myself.
when review day comes, Joe can
I beat this
review.
game
Joe can review
fair
the
and square.
multiplayer
He
function.
can review the
And
multiplayer
then
very
me-
well.
Me,
I also did fight the bosses, guys, and there I had many multiple tries on the one fucking boss in the water where the other guys would die off, and I would have to go on it myself. And that fucking happened. I beat the fucking.
I did see that one
It was
multiple times.
brutal. Okay, it doesn't matter that they came in. It doesn't.
So,
I did see
so
many
he'll
times
be
where
able to
Joe is
review the
alive and
multiplayer
everyone's dead.
function.
It's still a
and
function.
then
The
I
only
could
thing
come to
I
the
won't
table,
say is that
shell-shocked, and
instead of
review.
me saying, "Oh, I had to try the boss 8 or 10 times," instead of saying, "Oh, I had to try the boss 35 times," I guess that would make a giant difference, wouldn't it, Craig?
It would make
I
a
had
difference.
a-
It would
I
make a
guess
difference had
here's
you
what
beat
it-
any boss.
Here's what it
by
actually would do.
yourself.
If I had to fucking do every single boss 40 fucking times, I would give a fucking gameplay score of 0.
You can't do that.
I'm gonna know. I can do that.
No, because the people who are watching you stream are already pissed off enough at you claiming that the game is terrible because you suck at it. I have played the game and it has pretty smooth controls. And you being like, it's clunky as shit because I can't land a hit on anyone.
It is clunky as shit.
And I've heard you say that multiple times in the stream that I did watch.
Hey, Cameron,
and it
how do you
is
feel
not
about that
clunky as
lock-on
shit.
function, Cameron?
The lock-on function isn't the only thing in the game, but lock-on function's pretty bad.
I didn't use it at all when I was playing it.
Then you didn't experience the clunky part of the game. Oh, you didn't experience it, Craig! You can't review the game!
I beat the first boss by myself, you little
You can't
bitch.
review the game because you didn't experience it with the game!
Oh, I at least beat a boss.
You didn't platinum it? Oh, you can't review the game because you didn't platinum it!
Well, then maybe you should platinum it, shouldn't you, you little bitch?
Shampoo is better. It goes on first and cleans the hair. Your conditioner is better. It makes my hair silky and smooth. Oh, really, fool?
Chase versus Game says, watch the stream. Thank you, Chase. Thank you.
He did try. I did see him try bosses multiple times. I wanted to tell you to try the wet.
He also says he can't defend you, Joe, because the game is not clunky.
Well, yeah, that's his opinion. The game got better as I played it. Those were things I shouted in the first 2 days of me playing.
What
it.
I've noticed so far is that this game is designed to kill you.
Yeah.
From the lock-on to level design when you're fighting bosses, even just like little teeny things where you can actually back up into a corner and not be able to get out. They do that on purpose.
Well, yeah.
Little things. Are
They also make it
designed
so you can just run
be
between
super
bosses
frustrating.
without fighting anything.
Yeah.
Something that I did watch Joe do.
Well, I do
And then
that
I
when
also watched other people beat him, beat bosses for him.
Whoa,
when
Craig.
I'm at the boss, I usually
this is
run
what
to
you
beat
do.
the
Yeah,
boss.
exactly. This is what you do in the game. You learn the level by going through and killing things and leveling up.
Yeah.
And then when you find out where the boss is, you find the shortcut to the boss, and then you run to him over and over again. That's how the game works. That
Then
is
you learn how to
actually
fight
game.
the boss, and then
I
you
spend-
die,
I
and then you
spend
run to the
time
boss,
grinding
die,
and
run
And
to the
you
boss,
run to the
die.
boss,
Well,
die,
Joe
run to the
did-
boss, die.
Joe didn't learn to fight the boss, though. Somebody else fought the boss.
I got pretty good on that last one. I felt good about myself, and I was like, fuck it. Yeah, I'll have people help me again. Sure, because I was thinking maybe because I got so far, maybe I'll do it by myself. And you know what, Craig?
got
I
fucked
beat
the
the game
next time.
fair and square. It's part of the game. People came and helped me. They enjoyed playing the game along with me. I enjoyed having their company, and I didn't have to deal with the frustration of a game like Vagrant Story where I had to do a final boss so many fucking times that I wanted to blow my fucking brains out. So yeah, I made the game funner for me instead of making it evil. So the game's already a fucking asshole as it is. Just getting through the levels to find where
That's
the boss
kind of
is
the
at.
fucking point.
Yeah, it is the fucking point. And then you run through them, and then you get to the final boss. So you saw me run through them. It wasn't because I was skipping areas. It's because I already knew the fucking area, Craig, because I'd done it a billion times. All right. All right. Where's the fucking tribunal bullshit? Give me the fucking...
We don't have the tribunal anymore because you didn't want to do your punishment, which was watching Digimon.
No, I'm not going to do a fucking punishment for this, but I think I beat the game fair and fucking square.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I fucking did.
No, you
He
really
beat it within
didn't.
the rules of the game.
I beat it within the rules of the game, man.
He beat it with somebody who was massively over-leveled, beating all the bosses for him. Which is something that he integrally wanted to avoid
at
in
that point-
Diablo
But
3.
Diablo is pure.
Diablo 3 was a fun game.
It was playable.
Throughout and playable.
So does it just matter whether it's a fun game or not, Joe?
So I would
whether I
argue
want to play
to
the
fact
fucking
whether or
game,
not
yeah.
he beat the game. He beat the game, but being able to accurately review the game, that's the one thing I'd question.
That's exactly why
Craig
he
can't
shouldn't
do it.
be allowed
Craig
to have
didn't
the
use
game
lock
beat.
on. Craig didn't use the lock on.
Well,
He
that
can't
does.
review
You
it.
I still
have
beat
to
the
use
first
walk-on.
boss
That's
by
a tactical
myself.
choice.
Okay.
So
So?
I'm just saying. Joe,
I still fought all the bosses. I didn't just hang back and be like,
it doesn't take anything at all to fight a boss. You could literally go into the boss and then have it kill you and be like, well, I fought the boss.
So no. What I'm saying to end this here is that Joe can review the multiplayer aspect, and then when I sit down shell shocked to the table to review the game, I will be able to review that aspect.
You can beat the game.
No, I'm gonna beat.
I hope you do.
I'm already.
You're never gonna use that beckoning bell.
No, I'm not gonna. My goal is to beat the game.
Well, that's your own personal goal. You know what my own personal goal was? Beat the game.
But you didn't.
I did, Craig. I fucking did.
What do you? So Craig says no.
You have to beat a boss by. Hey, actually, no. Isn't the first boss in the game the first creature that you walk upon?
Oh yeah, I couldn't beat.
I actually beat him on New Game Plus. I beat him by myself. And
you have to have a weapon.
You are super level though.
You're not able to beat him with your fists. I know this. I fucking tried for 20
I did it
minutes.
though. I fucking did it on New Game Plus, Craig.
It wasn't a boss.
That's not a
the
boss.
first boss is the cleric beast.
That's just the first creature you run into, and he's super.
It
easy.
seemed like a boss. I don't
You can't
know.
fight him though. That's what
You
Jeff told me.
can. You can actually do it. You can
With your fists?
Yeah,
You can.
with
There's
your
a
fists.
video of some guy, some asshole guy who probably did 1 billion times doing it.
No, once you know how to play the game,
Doesn't
you know
he
how
get
to
like
play
a
the game.
fuckload of health back? Because I
Yeah.
remember trying it and I was pretty good at
You
it,
get
and then he got
halfway.
like all of his health back and killed me.
You get halfway and it stops doing damage.
It's weird. You're so good at it, you didn't beat the game.
I didn't even try.
That's weird.
Because I almost killed it when I would restart.
Look,
the
you
game.
can do your elitist bullshit thing where you say a real video game player does it by himself. But here's the thing: I used in-game functions to help me beat the game. I used part of the game to help
You
me
used
beat the game.
in-game functions to have
I also
somebody
did-
cheat you through the game.
That's not cheating me through the game.
Having
still
somebody
had to beat it
one-shot a boss
legitimately.
for you.
Craig, that's rewarding him for hours and hours of grinding his character to the point where he can one-shot a boss.
He had to grind up so he could use the beckoning bell. He wasn't grinding because he wanted to be better at the game. He literally had to be a certain level to call someone in to beat the boss for him.
Grind A, grind
I
B.
literally heard you use the words. I had to
C.
grind up to be a certain level to use the bell to have someone beat the boss for me.
No,
You said that.
That's a misquote.
You said you had to be a
And I
certain
was
level
wrong.
to
you
use
don't
the
have to be a
beckoning
certain
bell.
level. You have to be able to. You have to find the first boss in order to use the beckoning bell. You have to get that first number.
Yeah,
of
it's
insight.
just being.
It's not a grind
carried.
thing. It's not a grind thing.
He just got carried through the game, and people get carried through games all the time.
Look, man, it's cheap, not cheat.
I mean,
It's cheap,
the whole. Let's
not
look at
cheap.
another game that's hard. Not as hard as this.
I also
It's
struggled
hard.
plenty.
It's
Monster
exact.
Fuck you.
It's exactly like the fucking Parasite Eve thing.
No,
He did-
it's not.
He got somebody else's
Ooh,
save
Craig.
who had the shit that was allowing him
Craig.
to beat the game.
Craig. Let's look back at your debut in Monster Hunter, where you could just fucking not beat Nair Gigante, and you had to call me and everyone else in to help you get that boss down.
Oh, that's weird.
I can do it by myself now, and I
now.
did. I beat him right after we did
I
that.
could do the first boss by myself now.
The difference
I was gonna say, Joe
is,
probably
Cam,
one-shot
right
the first
after I
boss.
called you guys to do that, I did it myself.
Oh,
So I did every fight myself, thank you very much, unlike this fucker who didn't even attempt to do it by himself. He did it a third of the way or 2/3 of the way and was
wait.
like, I probably could do it if I did it 50 more times, but I'm not going to attempt that
on your
because
face.
I don't know if that's even possible.
I don't see anything wrong with this. I don't see anything wrong with it. You can be all high-minded about, you're
I
just a
fucking will.
cash.
You're just a
You
bitch.
cash, the elitist gamers and our fat fucking asses telling other
No,
people
it'd
how
be-
much
it'd be-
better we are.
it's
and
not
playing
about-
with fucking plastic shit in our hands and look at it, it's great!
It's not
Look at
necessarily.
this shit,
It's not about
Craig!
being elitist,
I beat
Joe.
the fucking game!
It's the difference between playing with somebody who is on your level and just as skilled as you being the actual way that you should be playing a multiplayer game instead of playing with somebody who you know is overleveled or is way good at the game
I did not-
and then just doing it for you.
I did not-
Because there's a difference between standing in the corner and have somebody else beating the boss for you and actually trying to do it with someone.
Craig wants Halo matchmaking, and Joe wants COD matchmaking. Joe wants the guy that's the best COD player in the world on his team, so he doesn't have to do a damn
I
thing.
didn't ask him to one-shot the boss.
Craig wants everyone to be the same.
I never did that. Never did
I
that.
will say matchmaking has never been perfected, Craig.
It's part of the game, man. And fuck it. If I still had the disc of Bloodborne, and if I gave a shit, which I don't, I could probably go in and beat that first boss.
Yeah, now that you have way over-leveled weapons.
You're right, but it's still me beating the first boss, is it not?
Maybe you should do it.
If he wanted to run through it, again
do it.
next year, would that not count for the hog if he did a New Game Plus and raped it, or would it?
I suppose if he beat the bosses himself.
New Game Plus, by the way, everybody's stronger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You get like boosted stuff immediately, or
Oh, their
the
level
enemies are
are
stronger.
stronger.
Oh.
However, I am still doing a lot better than I did at the beginning when I was at the beginning. So I don't know. Okay, what do we got? What are people saying here?
Chase also said he was usually at Joe's level, if not below, when he was joining. So
Well, Chase wasn't the one who one-shotted the boss.
that's true.
The guy, the man who I love very much, ex Ninja Dragon or whatever his name is. He did come in and without my knowledge decided to one-shot the boss. But it was actually all three of us. It was me, Chase, and him. And I do believe that bosses do scale when you have multiple people in there.
They do scale.
So I still had to fight that fucking spider boss 19 million times.
But you wouldn't know that they scaled. So
Cameron,
You
had to get
you
that
didn't
in
fire.
there.
Cameron, I did try the bosses by myself. Craig is actually legitimately, there is video
Joe-
evidence of
Joe-
this wrong.
Joe,
There's not a boss I fought on this game that
I'm
wasn't
not
streamed.
arguing that you did or didn't beat the
Okay,
game.
then that's all. By the way, guys, to me, you can say all
But
the
I'm gonna
fucking
give you shit for
elitist
it.
bullshit video game player thing you want. I do not give a shit because I beat the game and played it the way I want to play it, Craig. Cameron, just like someone who would want to play it without any guides and would like to do all the extra stuff, you know what? They are free to play it that way. Or you're free to try to platinum it like Schweiss does all the time. Schweisscore, platinum the game.
I did Joe Core my last platinum, but still.
Then you know what? You know what? There's other players who would like to just try to get to credits as fast as possible, and that's me. Okay, that's how I like to play the game, and I shall review it as a player who likes to play that way.
Craig, you're so spiteful. Is this how you're going to deal with the pain of Joe leaving us? Is this his last review? You're going to call it illegitimate and make him play the game again, postpone his moving?
It's not illegitimate. I didn't have someone come in to my. I didn't not play and then have Chase come over to my house and be like, "Could you beat this boss for me?" That would be that. This was an in-game function. I played with them, and I beat the boss with them. The only boss I never got a hit on, in the one that we won, was that final boss where the guy one-shot him. So, sorry, Craig. I beat the fucking game fair and fucking square.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I would count it. I would also count it for the hog.
Okay.
No, it counts for the hog
Yeah.
regardless.
All right.
It just affects the review in my opinion.
Tribunal has spoken.
You know what's funny is
There's no tribunal.
3 out of 4 say yes.
Craig, I had a similar situation with Joe with Type 0 because he, level 99, tricked his characters all the way up and just fucking raped the game. And I was thinking, like, that's not really fair for the review. But then I realized that he had a harder time with it than I did, so I was like, maybe it doesn't matter.
Well, he also didn't. You told me he didn't get any other weapons to like
he
boost
had
his
level
characters
1
at all.
weapons on, so that's probably why it was hard. Although he was killing most shit. Like, the weapon I had was really good. So.
Well, there's parts of that game's different because you have to split up parties, and then I didn't have a part. They're like, I had to have 2 parties, and only
I
one
didn't
guy,
have one
and
either.
all of my 13 guys were at leveled at all. So then I had to, cheese other characters. So that took some extra time. Now that was different though. That was me. I had to go in and change the thing. So you could probably argue that was much more immoral than this situation is.
True.
Yeah.
That one's less...
This one's just part of the game.
That
It's
one's
the
less
game.
egregious, though, because nobody gives a shit about Type 0. And Bloodborne is like...
Oh,
this-
so that's the thing. Oh, so because
it's
of
elitist, yeah.
because of the elitist followers of this
Yes.
game,
It's because the game is designed to fuck you over, and you cheesed it, and that's why it's more of a cheese than the one that you legitimately.
In game, there would be
ruined.
notes left by other players saying cooperation is effective, and that means get your other guys to help you play this.
Can you leave whatever note you want?
Okay, here's the other thing,
It's
though.
like roll to the left.
There's an in-game function that allows you to summon an NPC instead of a second person,
That's true.
and that would have been better than just
That would've been
summoning than just someone
Actually-
who is 1,000 times over leveled.
That
than
guy
Joe.
dies real fast. I have tried to use him. And he uses my insight points, and he's a fucking waste. And I know that because I played that aspect of the game. But because you didn't play it and never would, you can't review the game.
I'm not
Because
going
you
to
can't
review the
it
game.
fairly.
Are you not going to play it?
Are you going to play it, Craig? You should play it, Craig.
I think we
could.
should all just play it. Like,
Yes.
Fuck you. I
All
don't
of
give a
us should
shit.
play it.
I don't give a shit if you say I suck.
This
But here's
is
the
a
thing:
game
I
that
beat
everyone
it
should
in
experience
fucking
at least once.
4 or 5
And
sittings.
the funny thing is that Schweiss over here thought the first enemy he faced was the boss.
it was a werewolf. I
yeah.
can't kill him. And I quit the game. I was like, fuck this game.
Yeah.
Kind of thought it was too.
I said the
Craig.
same thing with Demon Souls. I was like, fuck this game, Craig. I'm not going to play this anymore. I hate this thing.
Craig, have you beat a Dark Souls game?
No, I got
Okay.
like 5 bosses into Demon Souls though.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
I was like, I don't know how many bosses
your
are
high
in that
horse
one.
ain't so high.
I haven't said that I have attempted to beat them. I played them.
Are you some kind of cash?
Yeah.
Some
You
kind
know,
of
after
cash?
this, after I beat every boss on my own, I can call you a filthy casual.
Yeah, you can. And I would accept it
Cameron,
graciously.
Cameron, you do know I don't give a shit, right?
Oh, I do know.
Okay.
Yeah. I was talking to Craig, not you. I can call Craig a
Craig
filthy
cares.
casual.
Cameron
That's
can
what I was
say
going
everything he
for.
wants.
Yeah. So I feel like we're going to have an even-headed review in
yeah.
the most part because
50-50
I
score, yeah.
can bring in the fact that I beat every boss.
You
on
beat
its
it the
own.
hard way, and I beat it the easiest way
And
you
the
can in this
reason-
fucking hard fucking game.
And the reason
It's
why
still
doing
an
it-
asshole of a
I
game.
am doing it on my own is because
Cameron,
I like
Caleb,
that
I'm going to
hard.
stab you in the good eye. With this
and then
fucking
make you
pen.
play this game.
And then make you play this game. An asshole.
You can try all you want for prison.
Whatever. Look. It's on the sheet. It's done. It will be reviewed
It's a lie.
2 weeks
That's what
after
it
God
is.
of War. So,
Maybe you
There you
should
go.
have taken my side.
It's
the
God of
last-
War next week.
yes, I think it is.
No, Q&A is a every 2 week episode, isn't it? What did we do last
no,
week?
no. Caleb's episode.
No, I know. Then we have another person's episode, and then God of War.
We don't just bring up the calendar.
Whatever, we can look at the calendar later.
Q&A is bi-weekly.
Whatever the fuck it is. Okay. By the way, if you're watching the stream right now, if you want any advice from the Nude Clan, 385-204-3921 is who you can call and leave a message, and we'll answer it.
We didn't
on
make a
our
jingle for a
after-
phone number.
on our-
So they
Okay,
can remember.
next week
After
is
dark.
Joe's episode, and
Joe?
then God of War.
Before you leave,
Okay.
you need to create a jingle for that phone number.
I have to create a bunch of jingles for this show.
But add that to that.
I
list.
will fucking do it. Fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. It's a Q&A episode, right?
It is.
Are we done, like, raging? You're all cool.
Yeah, for now.
The rage has subsided.
Craig, it'll be a weekly rage
just
with
just
Craig.
don't
didn't
open
play
the
it right,
just don't open the
Ted.
door and allow fresh air to ignite the embers.
Look, man, I beat Super Mario using warps.
You beat Super Mario using the save states.
I've never beat Super Mario, Craig. I'm saying as an example, I'm just the guy who used the warps. There are elitists who say you're a fucking puss, but I'm the one who used the warps. And I don't give a shit because I played to the end and I beat the final-ish thing. I told him to kill me and he fucking killed me, and then I'm reborn again in New Game Plus. You couldn't get a New Game Plus unless you beat the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't like how the trophy validated your decision either. Because, like, with Type 0, you get the option to basically choose life or death in 20 minutes. And, well, you choose life and then death in 5 minutes, or life and then death in 20 minutes. In Type 0, basically, is what happens. And it's the ending, but you don't get a trophy at the end of that. But Bloodborne rewards you for for choosing to just be killed.
Oh, yeah, Hog update. Want to go through our who's winning the hog?
So
right
we don't
now?
have the hog stats as of right now, but we can just
dare
go
him
do a brief hog update. So we'll probably have the official hog stats.
Our hog, by the way, Caleb Schweiss
next
is in the
week.
lead. Caleb Craig is in second place with 11.
I don't think Schweiss is really in the lead. I just haven't updated my hog in a
I'm at 10 and
long-
Cameron's at 7. I'm talking about the Nude Clan.
Oh yeah. Oh, Nude Clan hog.
Yeah. Well, so what are we looking at? Who are our top 5 in each category?
Each category?
Super Hog and Nude Hog, anyway. What are we looking at?
Okay, so 5th place for Super Hog is Simon Parker with 3,887. 4th place, Fun to
More than
Mop.
twice as many as I have.
It's more than 3 times as many as I have. Fun to Mop in 4th with 4,043. 3rd place, Jacob Wright, barely eking out ahead, 4,068. 2nd place, Black Mage Justin with 4,261. 1st place, by a landslide, Beaver LA, 5,320
Jesus.
hog points.
Damn.
Man.
That's a full 1,000 points ahead of the other guy.
That's over 5 times what I have. That's fucked up. So Nude Hog, top 5. 5th place, A for Extreme with 39. 4th place, Beaver LA with 50.
50 games beaten.
3rd place,
No one's in the 40s.
no one's in the 40s. Winter Disa, 57. 2nd place, Jacob Wright, 72. 1st place, Black Mage Justin with 84 games.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, that's not okay, man.
We were looking at them, and they do look legit, though. So
Do you want to do like the other categories, like movies and?
if you want to, sure.
I think if we're doing top 5, that would be more. That would
Yeah,
be
we
fun.
can do that.
Yeah. Okay, who's got the most? Who's the top 5 in movies?
Top 5 movies. 5th place, The Death Sword, 58. 4th place, Beaver LA, 85.
85 movies.
3rd place, Joe with 99.
Oh shit! I gotta watch a movie today.
2nd place, Irat with 116. 1st place, excuse me, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah,
Nude Clan.
Skull 80, 128.
128 movies. Jeez, and he was trying to do a movie a day, right?
Yeah, he's tried to do that.
Yeah.
TV, oh my God, the sickest of the categories. Wartoad, 5th place with 45 seasons.
Seasons of television.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
5th place with that. 4th place, Fun to Mop, 47. Matunica in 3rd with 48. Hail Blue, Richard, our winner of almost every prize we've ever done. 2nd place with 63 games. 1st place, Beaver LA with 67 seasons of TV show.
Dang.
That's a lot of fucking TV, dude. Music, this is where I am ish. I'm up here sort of. Ah, fuck you! I'm not up there anymore. I'm worse than I thought. So, first 5, 5th place, Matunica with 113 albums. 4th place, Beaver LA with 140. 3rd place, Fun to Mop with 148. 2nd place, Igloo Smasher with 320 albums. 1st place, Simon Parker with 694 albums.
I think there's
94? God, dude.
How many
I
hours?
got
Nearly
an idea for
700 hours of fucking just music.
I've got an idea for you, dude. There is a Rolling Stones top 1,000 albums of all time, right?
Yeah.
Might as well just listen to all of them if you're gonna do that shit.
True.
Then do your own top 1,000 albums of all time.
He says he loves his music. He's in the chat. Comics.
Is there
5th place.
chapters?
So, what
of
do you do
comics?
when you listen to music? Just gotta know.
I think he works a lot. Manual labor kind of
Okay, manual labor. So he can be listening to music all day long.
In January, I was listening to a shitload of music, and that's because I was working at FedEx, and every time I was loading my truck, I would just put on a new album, and I'd usually go through about 2 or 3 albums every
That's
morning.
hard to do when you have a book listening goal. Can't listen
True.
to.
Well, you got to decide books or music.
It's true. So top 5 for comics. Ganty with 310. 5th place, Immortal 142. 4th place, 384. 3rd, Krenatol with 587. 2nd, David Portnoy with 672. And 1st place, Chase versus Game with 1,105.
Shit, Chase, you read a lot of comic books, play a lot of Bloodborne. That's
Yeah, no shit. Audible, so audiobooks. Fuck, I'm not even up here either. Fifth place, Fun to Mop with 11. Third place, a two-way tie between Bonsack and Matunica. Second place, Chase versus Game with 21. Oh, those guys had 12, by the way. And Felicia Nomiko with 23.
23 books listened to? Okay,
Yeah.
books read. Should be interesting.
Books read, much
Much smaller numbers here.
Immortal 142 and David Portnoy tied for fifth place, or fourth, I guess, with 7 books. Winter Disa in third with 13. Beaver LA with 14. And Felicia Nomiko in first place with 17.
Yeah, Felicia's a bookworm.
Yeah.
It's just hard to find the time to sit down and read a book because it's an activity all of its own, whereas music and audiobooks can
It's
fit into the
fucking
cracks of
easy,
life.
Yeah.
And I have cracks and no time. That's what I am.
So much crack.
That's right. So we've got Geekdom Podcast listened to.
Yeah.
Kyo Live at Home, fifth place with 79. Lycan of Light, fourth place with 98. Tied with Joe, by the way. Curious.
I should actually have more than that. I
Should
haven't
we get-
updated in a couple weeks.
At
on
the
that.
end of the year, when we're doing our awards, should we do the Geekdom Podcast Listener Award?
I don't
Person
know.
who's logged the most of
maybe.
the.
Because I think we should
Listen
reward
the
such
most.
dedication. I'm willing to front some of the costs for the prize that we give out too.
Well, you don't need to, but I don't know.
Decent idea, yeah.
Decent idea.
Second place, Thy Death Sword with 99. And first place, A for Extreme with 224. Geekdom Podcast.
A for Extreme, did he listen to every single podcast we ever put out this year?
Probably.
Yeah, that's actually maybe not a good idea for reward because there's an upper limit you can't.
Yeah,
go
there's a
past.
place where you can stop so someone could tie.
Exactly, and I'm not going to give
They could
out
just
a reward to a
re-listen.
whole bunch of people.
Do we want to do the fitness one? Or
He's done the most most
Isn't
minutes
this-
of exercise.
Isn't this 30-minute chunks?
They have straight up. Those are the minutes.
Oh, okay. So Scott Spot, 3,213 minutes. Chase versus Game, 3,490.
He likes to work out and read comics.
That's right, somehow. Wartoad, 3,510. Stevie Houdini in second place with
Second
4,076. Irat in first place with 5,400.
Nice.
Good job keeping
right.
keeping up on not being a fat fuck. That's great. As far as hosts are concerned, we know where we are Nude Hog wise. Super Hog wise, it's not going to be accurate, but Joe is in first. I'm in second, I think. Yes, and then Craig is in third. Cameron is in fourth.
It's been months since I've updated.
Oh,
Why?
Craig,
Same.
Why?
I just
All we do is
I don't.
advertise this thing.
I know.
That's it.
I've been
I
really
just
bad
don't.
about it.
Craig just doesn't do anything.
But I have
'cause
got
he-
several books to update. I've got several albums to update, several movies to update.
It's cool because at the
several
end of the
games to
year,
update.
you'll just see fucking everything
shit
you
you've done.
experienced media-wise.
Yeah.
We need to add sometimes, I know this would probably be a pain, but add a date function of when you consume the media so that
There
your
is now,
stats will
isn't there?
actively reflect when you consume that media.
Oh, like a Goodreads thing. Like I finished this book.
So if I do a backlog, yeah, my score is going to go up, but it's not going to affect this
the
month's
monthly
stats.
stats.
Yeah.
Just don't worry about it until they decide to add that function. But yeah, guys, thanks for logging your hog. If you want to know how to get that, you go to newclan.net and just click on hog status.
yeah.
And that'll take you right there. Or it's hogib.herokuapp.com.
Yeah.
Heroku spelled like a Japanese word. Okay. It matters. If you studied like 5 seconds of Japanese, you would know. Like
I have studied 10 minutes of Japanese.
10 minutes of Japanese. Okay.
Doing a spot for an app. Hopefully they'll sponsor someone, but Duolingo.
Oh, cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, hopefully we'll sponsor.
Yeah, you never know. If you say, hey, Duolingo,
Hey, Duolingo.
if you ever watch tons of anime and you want to understand what they're saying, just pick up Duolingo. 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day. You'll start to recognize a word here and there.
After 1,000 days, you should be somewhere.
Yeah. That's a mere 3 years.
Yeah. You should be 1/10 of the way through your journey. Okay, now we can do Q&A.
Now we can
Let's
do the
fucking
Q&A?
start the
Okay.
show.
I kind of want to do the one that the person asked in the stream. What was the worst video game you've ever played?
Well,
your
if we're to
entire
do
life?
questions asked in the stream, there's another question a little bit further up.
That was
I'll
an
take care of that
advice
one.
thing, I think.
Yeah, it was. We'll get it though. Worst video
Oh.
game you've ever played in your entire life, real quick.
I have
the
that. I
worst.
have that one on here.
Oh, do you? Okay, we'll just go in order then.
All right, so we do have your question.
We will answer it. Mirage, Leonardo, 84.
We're already almost at an hour, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 minutes of hate.
It's not my fucking fault.
It's
Yes,
half
it
your
is.
fault.
First
Then the other half
question
is
is from Black Mage Justin. He says, "Hey, Nude Clan, will you guys be participating in Extra Life this year? It's a 24-hour live stream to raise money for your choice of charity."
Probably not.
No, I don't know
24
where I
hour.
have the 24
Hey, you know,
hour.
if there's the four of us, we could just keep swapping out who's streaming. I guess that's cheating, but hey, the stream's going for 24 hours.
Technically, yeah. I mean, we could just get in a room and, like, one of us has the first 6 hours of sleep and then the other two are
Oh,
hanging
guys, we can have a LAN sleepover.
Oh,
my, it's so
sweet.
sweet.
out. So we just play
dudes.
Halo the whole time.
I mean, Joe, you
Fucking
were
extra
saying
life,
how
yeah.
you missed the LAN
I do
parties.
fucking miss LAN parties, man.
You miss parties.
So
at all,
when is
too.
I
when
miss
is
all parties.
Because Joe will be like, "You wanna join my chat on PlayStation?" And I'm like, "No, not really.
Fuck you.
He's an ass about that.
I'm streaming, so no, not particularly."
what day is this 24-hour stream on?
I have no idea.
I
It doesn't
don't
say.
know. We're just
Because
answering the question
the-
as we
the
see
day-
it.
It just says
affects
this
whether or not we
year,
do it.
so I don't know when it is.
So let's look it up when it is. If it's on a weekend, maybe. If it's on a weekday, no.
Okay.
Okay, next one is a slew of questions from Shinru. First one is heard there was a Q. Well, he says heard there's a Q&A, so I had to throw some questions. I already posted an E3 one in the forums. I got that one.
That's a good question.
It says, "Have you guys watched the Solo Star Wars movie about Han Solo yet?"
No,
Wait,
No.
is that what that movie's about? I'm just
I
kidding.
guess
I saw it. Am I the only one who saw it?
Probably.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I
Twice.
haven't watched
Okay.
I've heard.
How was it?
It was not good.
Better than
Just-
Last Jedi.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
surprising. Okay.
Is it?
But
Well, I mean, considering how low that set the bar.
I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5. It was fun. It was messy, and the cinematography was really bad, which is unusual for such a huge fucking movie.
Who was the director for that?
Ron Howard was the replacement director midway through the. Yeah, there was a troubled production, and sure does feel. It does feel like it. It feels like it's kind of it's messy, but there's a lot of good stuff in it. But the third act is really crumbly and bad. Amelia Clarke is the best thing in that movie. She's great. And the guy who played Han Solo, he doesn't do a Han Solo impersonation, but his face is right and the attitude is right. His voice is so different, though, that's kind of hard to get used to as a big Star Wars fan. But I didn't think he's not the problem with the movie. The movie is the problem with the movie. The script is not great in some spots, but. I think that I
Not
was
complete garbage, then.
more satisfied at the end of that I'm not angry at that movie. I'm angry at Last Jedi.
Okay.
I'm not angry at Solo. Solo is just like just a throwaway kind of thing.
So just like Rogue One.
Rogue One was throwaway, but it was a better movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't sit with you forever. I forgot the movie basically the next day. I was like, oh, I watched that.
I could sit down and enjoy Rogue One as like a separate thing.
Yeah.
That's not too directly related to Star Wars.
I would say it's a lot closer to like my experience watching most Marvel movies, like Iron Man 3. Like I forgot Iron Man 3 the day after I watched it. It's like, oh, it happened.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's honestly the good side.
All right. Next question is, which decade had better films, 90s or 2000s?
It's tough. I know which one had generally worse ones. 2000s when they started fucking doing sequel after fucking sequel after fucking sequel.
Yeah.
And now we're just in for that thing already. And in that case, I would say 90s because 90s actually try to do original films most of the time.
That's true. 90s did have a lot of original films.
Yeah.
I do remember a lot of movies from the 90s
So-
more than I do the 2000s.
So I would say 90s is a better decade for
I'd
film.
say 2010s.
2007 and 2010
when you say-
are
when you
amazing
say-
years.
when you
But
say
so
the
is
2000s, you don't mean
1994 and
2010.
1998. Those are also two amazing years. So I would say, yeah,
I'd say the 2010s are probably better than the 2000s.
no.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. I don't. I think we're in like an 80s decade right now. I think we're in a pretty
Where
bad
there's
the
like
Marvel?
a few,
I guess,
where there's
yeah.
a few
There's
good
some-
ones, and
there's-
then there's a lot of.
there's
Well, in the
a lot of the
last-
big movies. That's how you're kind of measuring it because there's always good movies being made. There's just a lot of small movies, and it's been that way forever. It's just like the big
blockbusters.
main movies as
Oh,
far
I
as like
guess,
their
yeah.
quality against each other. I think they were better.
If you look at that,
10
then
years ago, yeah.
no.
Not that there aren't great ones still, but it just feels that way. There's not really let's do movie after movie after movie, like versus. I don't know. It's the only way you could kind of objectively do that, but I would say 90s is better.
I think so too. Next one is Rita Ora or Janelle Monáe.
Janelle Monáe.
Yeah.
I don't even
Who's
know who
Rita
the other
Ora?
chick is, so it doesn't
All
matter.
right, look her up. So
It
we
doesn't
can-
matter.
we can see.
Janelle.
I know it doesn't matter for Schweiss. He immediately, as soon as I saw that question, it's I know what Schweiss's answer is going to be.
Just another black actress.
Blackish.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Janelle Monáe about 1 billion times.
Yeah, that's safe for me.
Yeah, Janelle Monáe. I'm going to go with that as well. She's pretty, though. Cameron? Cameron, who
looking at
would
both
you
of
like
them.
to objectify? Who would you...
They're both pretty close in my objectification.
Okay.
Are they?
Yeah, the haircut is
But-
worse at some of these than Janelle
I'm
Monáe.
gonna go Rita
Okay.
Ora.
All right, 3 of us say Janelle, and 1 of us says Rita.
Okay. Which Chris is the better actor? Chris Pine, Chris Tucker, Chris Rock, Chris Pratt, Chris Hemsworth, or Chris Evans?
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine. I agree with that. I think Chris Pine is
Chris
the best
Tucker.
actor out of those.
I was going to
Chris
say...
Tucker.
I think he's good. He's a pretty fucking great actor. I think Chris Tucker. Did you see him in Silver Linings Playbook and then Rush Hour? I mean,
You know what? Yeah, he was pretty good in both of those.
I love Chris Tucker
I love Rush Hour. So,
I'm going with Chris Tucker for that answer.
for best actor.
Yeah, for my
Okay, I say Chris Pine for
yeah.
best actor.
no Chris Pine's
I
best
think,
actor, but
yeah,
I think Chris Pine and
of the favorite Chris's.
I think when Chris Pine is done being a star and he becomes like an old man
gonna be
character
awesome.
actor, he's probably going to get an Oscar.
He's going to be like, what's his name? The guy from Big Lebowski, where he's just in every awesome fucking
Yeah,
role that's for an
yeah.
old man of all time.
Chris Pine's really good at picking movies too.
Yeah, did you watch the fucking one from 3 years
Hell or
ago?
High Water?
Yeah.
I own it.
It's fucking awesome,
It
huh?
is
He's
great.
great in that movie.
It's great.
And so is
Star
the old
Trek
man that he's
movies
going
are
to turn
great, too.
into. The fucking guy from Big Lebowski. He's in there too? It's your future.
He's just going to be an actor who's going to consistently do good work.
Chris Pratt is really funny.
They're all good.
Chris Pratt is
all
good,
those
yeah.
Chris's are
Chris
great.
Pratt,
Yeah.
they're all good Chris's. Chris Pratt's funny. Do you think he'd do well in a very serious role?
Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
Oh, he was in Passengers.
I thought he was
Do you
good in
think
the
he'd do
first,
well
the first
in
good
a
half of
serious
Passengers.
role?
Passengers. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Another Forget movie.
I was thinking of...
The fucking ending half is
so dumb.
Is Solo.
Really?
No, actually, Solo might have stupider plot twists.
Oh, my God.
There's one. God, guys, I want to say the fucking twist at
Don't-
the end
don't
so
do it.
bad.
Don't spoil it for
Just so
us
that-
and everyone listening.
You can tell me off air.
Okay.
You can tell me off
Just
air.
don't
I'll
spoil
take
it for
It's fine.
everyone
Damn it.
listening.
Fucking shit. I want to tell guys, why didn't you see that fucking movie?
I don't know.
Look, I know no one saw it, but you guys should have seen it. By the way, there were so many jokes in that movie that just fell flat. The audience I was in, it was like a half full theater, no laughs.
Nobody gives a shit.
No one
Did you
laughed.
laugh?
I laughed a little bit. I chuckled. I'm easier to for the laughs.
The
Than other
last
people.
movie I saw was Deadpool 2, and I laughed until I cried.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
I didn't laugh that much at that movie.
I laughed until I left the theater with my abs sore, and it's been a long time since I've done that.
Sometimes it's the audience, though.
There's one part where I was laughing
You got
so
a really
hard,
good audience at a comedy. It'll
Then
make
something
it'll
will be
make
better.
the movie
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
and the audience around us was pretty quiet because we went on a really slow day. And there were parts where I could not see the screen anymore because I was laughing so hard. And I got to a point where I tried to calm myself down, open my eyes, and look at it again just to laugh fucking so hard I couldn't see anymore.
Yep.
Oh, man.
I don't
really
think
good
Chris
movie.
Pine sucked in Wonder Woman.
No, he was decent. I mean, it was a bad movie.
Hold on. Are we his character or him?
Player by
acting?
nature said he sucked in Wonder Woman. I don't think he sucked in Wonder
I
Woman.
don't know.
His character wasn't great in Wonder Woman.
No.
We can say that
Because
because Wonder Woman was
Wonder
okay,
Woman is a Zack Snyder.
I get a lot of fucking people.
but he didn't direct that.
I know, but
No,
his
but
stank
they-
is all over
Yeah,
it. So
It-
it's
it
Patty
is.
automatically-
It definitely
really just
is.
Tried to copy.
It automatically lost a star and a half because it smelled like Snyder. Snyder's taint.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
But it's true, though. I mean,
I think, to me, there is a difference between, like, an actor given a bad character and doing everything they can for it versus a bad actor.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why you look at
it's
Nick
true.
Cage and then you look at Keanu Reeves. Nick Cage is a good actor doing a lot of great things for a bad role. Keanu Reeves is just a bad actor.
that is not true.
I know.
Have you watched fucking Dracula? Are you
Have
kidding
you
me?
seen fucking Man of
terrible.
Tai Chi, dude? That fucking movie is sweet.
No, I haven't seen that.
Look, Keanu Reeves needs the right role.
He does.
And then
he
he's-
needs the role
then
where
he's
he
fantastic.
plays Keanu Reeves.
He can either play... He can play one or two things. He can play kind of like mellow,
Like Bill and Ted.
or he can play
Neo.
fucking pissed off.
Like John Wick.
Keanu Reeves in John Wick, or in fact Neon Demon. He's fan-fucking-tastic in. He's so fucking good in Neon Demon. I was like, holy shit, Keanu, good job. We needed more like headlines on Keanu being awesome in Neon Demon.
Yeah, I do like some of his movies, but man, everything about Dracula is amazing except for him.
He
is awful in that fucking
he
movie.
didn't quite get that accent down.
It's ridiculous.
John Wick, though,
But you
as
know
a
what?
movie was great as well.
The movie's still
quite
great.
enjoyed John Wick and John Wick 2.
We said that 10 seconds ago.
I'm just reiterating.
Okay.
my
I
opinion
love
on the
John
matter.
Wick too a lot,
Keanu
yeah.
in the right role. He's perfect. He's perfect in Speed for Speed. He is perfect in Point Break for Point Break. He's perfect in The Matrix and all three of them. He's the best Neo that there could ever be. That we're going to have Will Smith be in that movie.
Oh.
Now think about that. He'd be
He's
like,
doing the backflip.
Happy Neo? Come on. No one wants to fucking see that shit. He's perfect for John Wick. Come on.
As he's doing the backflip, yeah, just
And he's perfect in Neon Demon. Now, that Eli Roth movie where the girls come in and they like torture him or whatever, I saw about 10 minutes of that. That was a pretty fucking bad Keanu Reeves performance. I'm not going to lie. That's because he was in the wrong role.
Well, Eli Roth is also kind of terrible.
I'm not going to comment.
Hostel is a disgusting series of movies, okay?
Okay, our next question for Joe specifically is, if Metallica never existed, what would be your favorite metal group?
Well, would Megadeth exist if Metallica never existed?
Megadeth wouldn't exist without Metallica, so that's a hard one. But I think Slayer would still exist, and thus System of a Down would exist. So I'm going to go with System of a Down this week. My third favorite metal band is System of a Down. So I'm going to go with System.
All right, Cam, what are your favorite genres of music, and what artists or groups do you listen to?
So I would have to say my favorite genres of music are metal and then grunge. And then, I don't know, really it's just open. Depends on my mood, man. Week to week I'll listen to funk. I'll listen to just anything. I don't know.
You're like classically a big Foo Fighters guy.
Well, that
So
fits
you like
into the
that?
post-grunge
You like
era
that
type
early
thing.
'90s?
Yeah,
stuff,
the early
I like
90s
that
is when
too.
I really got into music. So Foo Fighters were my favorite band for a while. I listened to Frog Stomp from Silverchair as a
Someone in the chat says Metallica is Kiss without makeup. Fucking
But
no,
then
they're
in the
not.
same, but as I was listening to grunge and Alice in Chains and never Pearl Jam because they suck, Metallica was a huge part of it too.
Yeah, we got the Pearl Jam side over there, and then the Craig who doesn't know what we're talking about in the middle.
I
of
know
it.
what you're
Cameron
talking
and I-
about.
Cameron and I hate the Pearl Jam.
I even like Stone Temple Pilots more than Pearl
I do
Jam.
too. I said that, and you guys.
And
That's
Stone Temple
insanity
Pilots
to
is
me.
not
a
that
rip
good.
off of fucking.
Stone Temple Pilots is only a band trying to cover Pearl Jam without getting sued. That's what they're trying to do. We needed to sound exactly like Pearl Jam, but not be Pearl Jam.
They did it better.
Stone Temple Pilots. And no, they fucking did not. They have some good songs, but they're not better than Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam has a lot of good songs.
But yeah,
grunge ranking? Okay.
metal wise,
Grunge ranking. Top, the big four of grunge.
the big four of grunge.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
Nirvana,
Alice in
Soundgarden,
Chains,
Alice in Chains, and Pearl Jam.
Sound, yeah. Well,
Which
and then
ones?
and then
What's your order?
And then Pearl Jam is the Anthrax of the big four.
What's your order? Fuck
agree.
you, it's not.
I've seen him like 6 times, and I don't remember any of it.
Soundgarden is the Anthrax of the big four.
I think what we're
Of
overlooking
grunge.
here is Audioslave and what they brought to the genre.
Yeah.
Audio Slave. I enjoy Audio Slave more than Soundgarden.
That's not
Well,
part of the
yeah.
big four. That's after. That's post-grunge. It's
okay.
like Stained is
so, can you take like early Foo Fighters and count that as grunge?
No,
It's
no.
still
That's
post,
still
I'd say.
post-grunge.
Okay.
Kurt Cobain died. Any band after that is post-grunge.
Okay. So Alice in Chains,
They're the
Nirvana,
Alice in Chains, Nirvana.
Soundgarden.
What?
God. Anyone but Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam is
Anyone
number
but
4.
Pearl Jam.
That's what it is.
Audio Slave. No, that's post. I can't.
I'd say Audio
get back.
Slave is better than Soundgarden.
Yeah.
That's my order too. Is Alice in Chains, Nirvana, and then Soundgarden, and then Pearl Jam. Soundgarden is pretty low below.
See,
But
mine is Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, Nirvana.
More than Nirvana?
Soundgarden. I love Nirvana, but Pearl Jam has way more stuff for me to get into.
I like Nirvana's
only-
greatest hits.
They only have the 3 albums. Pearl Jam has like
But that's
20
not just the
albums.
only. So the question was about all the genres I listen to. So metal wise, I'll listen to Slayer. The big 4 besides Anthrax. I'll listen to. but then but then I'll also listen to Testament should have been in the big 4, not Anthrax. That's my opinion. But
Yeah, I like them more than Anthrax.
Exodus, maybe.
but then every now and then when we're having a bad day, Schweiss and I'll listen to Mushroom Head.
That's true, yeah.
Good old
I-
Mushroom
I-
Head.
Craig.
But then there's Meshuggah I'll listen to every now and then. I don't know, just a lot of good bands.
You have less of a dog in this fight.
Yeah.
Top of the big 4 of grunge.
He
What's
can't
your
let it
ranking?
go. Can't let it go.
Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. What's your order?
Alice in Chains, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam.
What the fuck? God damn it, Pearl Jam's great.
I don't mind Pearl Jam, but I just like the other ones.
Spoken. Come on.
Yeah, skip.
Get in on
I like
this shit.
I like the other ones.
I changed
slightly
the
better.
radio station. Overplayed and overhyped.
Everybody needs to stop saying the word overplayed. Like the radio's still a
Maybe
thing.
they should just stop playing this. That's true.
But see, the second that comes on, I'm already tired of it.
Oh my god, dude! It's such a beautiful song. What's the matter with you? Okay, fine, whatever.
Is that you good with your?
It's funny. Pearl Jam's
Well,
actually the biggest of those bands.
I should probably do a
It's true.
blog post at one point
true.
listing all of the stuff listing out all the stuff I listen to because it'll take too long to talk about all the
Yeah.
different music.
Okay. Next one's for me. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hyped are you for Dragon Quest 11? 10. Dragon Quest 11 looks fucking awesome. Next question is,
Sweet.
Okay. Fucking listen to Puff Puff Hour for more information on that. Will you guys
Watch the back of Jake's head.
Yeah, watch the back of Jake's head. The stream is still there.
Twitch.tv/Puff Hour.
Yeah.
Back of Jake's head hour.
For 2 hours. Will you guys play Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne sometime this year? Eventually, lol.
I don't know.
If someone nominates it and it's voted upon,
It's a game that Schweiss and I are supposed to play.
It was bought for us.
Yeah,
But we also have
we've
Dark
been sitting
Souls
on that for a while.
3.
yeah, there's a Dark Souls game
Dark Souls 3
on my shelf for some reason.
because there were 4 copies of it.
Didn't he sent 2 and then didn't think they were sent, and then there were 2 more sent?
Yeah, and then he said
Yeah.
he just gave him so.
Just keep them. Okay.
So we could give yours away, but it is a giveaway. Unless you want to play
I don't know what I
it.
want to do with it.
Next question is, I watched Annihilation. Wow, what a weird and creepy, surreal movie. But it was very entertaining and fun to watch. Good recommendation. Have you all seen it?
Yes.
I haven't yet.
Yes.
You saw it?
Yeah. Annihilation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking great, huh?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ending's fucking crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next question is Annihilation Bear versus Leo in The Revenant. Who wins?
Well, he didn't win against the regular bear.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Annihilation Bear.
I haven't seen it. I would say the bear because he didn't
bear
win
is
against the other
terrifying.
bear.
He didn't win against that bear. It wasn't like Leo versus the bear and like, ooh, the bear was chased away. Leo almost died and the bear got bored and went away, right? Or someone shot. I can't remember what the
I
fuck
think they
happened.
fell off that cliff thing or whatever, and he went. into
No,
the
that was
tree.
the other part. That was later in the movie.
He rolled into the river and got and floated. Started.
Is that
floating
what
away.
happened? Okay.
That movie's awesome, but I have only seen it once.
Yeah, me too.
If you guys land on an island battle royale style and have to fight each other after gathering weapons and resources, who is most likely to win?
On an island?
Gathering weapons and resources?
So this is how to probably play out. Joe's Eagle Scout would kick in and he'd start making smoke signals and whatnot, so he'd get found out really easy and get killed. Schweiss and I would be running around just trying to kill everything, and Craig would win because he hid in a bush the whole time.
Fuck yeah.
And lived off of his fat stores.
That's right.
He would find just enough, and if Craig doesn't die within the first hour, he's going to win because he's just going to sit in a bush.
He just has to
right.
wait out. I'll just
I don't
starve
know who
him
would
out.
kill.
Patience is a virtue.
I don't know who would kill the other person first. I know that the two people in front of me are probably the most psychotic. It's either Cameron or Schweiss. Out of who would decide that we have to kill each other.
Yeah, it's like, all right, we have to do this. So,
And I would probably be the first one to die.
Disassociate your feelings with the target.
And it's not because of a survival thing. It's because of I get killed by one of these two assholes.
It would turn into who could get him first, and then
And then it would be a brawl between the two of you.
probably.
You're gonna, yeah.
And honestly, I don't know
tear
if it
off
would
a
be
Joe
me or
leg and
Schweiss
beat you to death with it.
who would win.
That's a good question.
I don't know. I am smaller than you, so
True. That's true. Is this? Do we have time to physically prepare for this, or are we just now?
I think it's
just we're dropped
if you're dropped
in
on
there.
an island. Yeah, you gotta you're gonna get, your time is gonna make you diminished.
So
Just
if
make it
it's just
weaker.
now, then Schweiss will probably come on me as I'm doing my yoga stretches for my hip.
Yeah, I'll just pound your hip. You're
No, you'd have a
What
gun.
does that mean? Pounding one's hip?
Pound him in the hip.
No.
drop kick the hip and just fucking paralyzed. Where's that Craig? And start shaking every bush I can find on the island. Come out, boy!
No. The only way to beat the Craig is to kind of know where he is. Put a whole bunch of food in one place and just wait till he gets hungry and has to come out.
Or even better, have a big stick on a huge crate and then stick the food in the middle of it, and I just yank a rope and I catch him in the crate.
You guys realize I have food stores, right?
You will
I'm
still
fucking
get
fat
hungry.
guy.
You will still get hungry.
I'll get hungry, but I'll survive longer than you two.
That's true, but I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not arguing that. What would happen
It's funny how we
probably
just wrote off
is
Joe
that-
right away.
I would probably catch a fish if we're not killing each other, right? Who would survive?
Okay, no, if
longest?
it's just who can survive Rust style, no killing.
I mean, Craig off his fat stores.
But you can't. You can only go so long. You still will go
Yeah.
through starvation.
I mean, I was taught how to start a fire with a bow. It's not easy, and I
Yeah.
never did it. But
it's
I
fucking
tried.
brutal.
Starting a fire with a little hole in this, you have a little divot inside a stick, and then
Yeah.
it has to be a certain type of wood, and then the powder will turn to embers, and that's how you can do it.
So
I've only done that once. And it was a long time.
It just
ago.
who is the most dedicated to doing what they need to do to live?
I think I would be. I'm the most scared of death.
How many fish have you caught and cleaned?
I've never cleaned a fish.
I usually throw it back, but
Because
with the fishing
I have
pole, yeah.
I have not improvised with the improvised fishing pole, but I have caught fish, cleaned them, and cooked them right there.
Yeah, I did that when Christian and I went did a camping hiking trip 4 years ago.
But then there's more than just fish. Who says there's going to be a river full of fish?
You're on an island. There's an ocean.
Oh,
Definitely
ocean
full
fishing.
of fish.
how far out do you have to go in order to find fish?
Hopefully
know.
not very far.
That's a good question.
Depends on where you are in the
Is
ocean.
this shark infested waters?
Well,
I mean, he's already ready.
you
He's
kill
got
one
the, he's
shark,
already
you
got the look
feed
for
yourself
that.
for a while.
Yeah, but I look like either the
Some
guy who
shark fin
lived or the
soup,
guy who
man.
definitely died.
He's already got the look for that. So
Fucking Quint.
Go find some bird nests. Steal some eggs.
Yeah.
I mean, we need more information.
Yeah, we do.
All right. Have you guys tried or done anything new recently, out of the ordinary from what you usually do? Could it be? It could be anything from music to trying to learn a new language.
Yes.
Anything out of what I usually... Okay,
See, the
cool.
question is just yes. It doesn't ask you to
I
explain.
listened to an Avenged Sevenfold album.
true.
I don't usually do that. It was Nightmare, and it was actually really good.
Yeah, fucking, it's a great band.
It's a lot better than the Disturbed album that came out at that time that they toured with.
Every album by Avenged Sevenfold, except for the first two, are better than every Disturbed album. IMO.
I don't know about that.
Tried something new.
I, for the first time, put together a Gundam model just the other little bit ago, and I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go full hog on it and paint it and everything.
Wow.
Just because
you're gonna paint your Vidar?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
I picked strawberries.
Cool.
You never picked a
Gonna make some
strawberry
jam?
before?
I don't think I had. I don't
Really?
think I picked a strawberry before. I picked
Used to be
other
like
berries,
a thing
but
as
not
a
a
kid.
strawberry.
Although as a kid, when I lived in Oregon, they had like just all these different berry bushes just growing wild, and so you just
grapes
pick
off
up.
the vine.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
that sounds
it was
awesome.
so good as a kid.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
So there were like wild raspberries and just a whole bunch of different bushes that other people had planted, but they got wild over time because there's like a little wooded area right next to where I lived, and so that was fun.
Nice.
All right, next question
Good
is...
thing you live in the desert now where that never happens.
Yes.
People have to use tons of water in order to get shit to grow here.
Except there was this one house in Springville that had grape vines growing on their fence, and so you would walk past and pick the grapes off because it was on the other side of the fence. So why not?
Mine now.
It's mine. Yeah. It's
They also
public.
had a cherry tree in the front yard, and if they weren't home, you can go pick the cherries off.
We had a cherry tree in my yard, and it was just like gross.
No, their
That's all it
cherries were good. These were good cherries.
was. Okay.
I also ate crab apples. I don't suggest doing that.
I've eaten crab apples.
And they're a little sour.
So you like sour.
I do, but like these were something. No, just yeah.
What's our next question?
Okay. Next question is, hey guys, this is from Kingzilla. With the sad news of the death of John Bain, a.k.a. Total Biscuit, just wanted to know if there are any game journalists, writers, content creators that you all follow and enjoy listening to, watching their content. Total Biscuit was very popular games journalist, reviewer, whose opinions were well regarded in the industry. For me personally, I like Jim Sterling, Yahtzee, and ACG for my news and reviews of games.
Adam Sessler, and that's it.
Yeah, Sessler. Good old Sessler.
He had made an Asian porn joke about his PlayStation Vita, and it was really funny.
And it was on TV, I'm pretty sure, so he probably
wow.
should not have said that.
Probably not.
No journalists. I used to like watching Spoonie videos.
I hate the
don't
person
watch
who wrote that.
Spoonie stopped doing stuff.
But Spoonie is
unfortunately.
now fucking like
Crazy.
So
Yeah.
he's not doing anything, which is sad to me. But I mean, we create our own content, so it's like
Yeah, we like ourselves, you guys.
we like ourselves. Yeah.
I mean,
I've never been up on the
watch
gaming
my
news.
share of video game YouTube channels, so
I mean, I honestly just literally hate every single gaming news place because they're all
paid off.
Kotaku and
Yeah, Kotaku's terrible.
and Polygon is terrible, and just because fucking that one article that I sent twice where the person was complaining about Hellblade because it wasn't talking about their own thing. Yeah, that's like entirely Polygon. That's all they do.
Well, they're writers that are freelance, quote unquote.
Yeah, they get like
AKA they
freelance
don't
writers
actually
who
have a
just
job.
write. Yeah, they just write their own opinions about shit. So it's not really news. It's
it's
them
like fake
being
news
like
or something.
Yeah,
it's almost like that.
Somebody
Yeah.
was raging about that a little while ago.
Yeah, but fucking God, it's like all it is. Like the only person I even trust from Kotaku is Jason Schreier. So it's like
I much prefer podcasts where they talk about old games.
yeah, or that.
There you go.
for new games, I'll watch like Jack Fragg's Level Cap for their shooters.
Is that
I
one
watch,
British guy?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's funny.
super good at.
He's really good at fucking Battlefield.
Then I watch Game Theory just because it's fun.
I've seen a few of those. Yeah.
Because he just goes really deep in the fucking woods about certain things in games, and so
I don't really watch much. It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I don't really have time. You know?
Yeah, I
So
get
YouTube is
basically
another
all
one
of
those
my
things I fit
news from like
into the cracks because I
Twitter,
can
following the
watch
like
YouTube.
actual game companies.
Or I'll get retweets from Dylan.
Yeah.
That's my gaming news.
I'd say Kojima Fox from Square is pretty cool. He does some fun stuff, but He's not really he's more of like a spokesperson than a...
Sort of, yeah. English language spokes guy.
So I don't know. I don't really know anybody.
Yeah.
Even the guy that died. Sorry.
All right. Next question is from Rishab Sina. It says, which games have you finished that had the most nonsensical plots? What?
Sorry, you didn't actually win God of War. I'm an asshole. I put the wrong name down.
Yeah, you put the wrong name down in the thing. I saw that, tweeted, I think he just won a game. It was just like it was a big spin.
Out of control.
Out of control.
Yeah, we'll do something for you, though. I'd message you, so if you're listening to this, check it out.
Check your messages.
I'm sorry.
All right, which games have you finished that had the most nonsensical plots that left you bemused and wondering what the fuck did I just play?
Third birthday.
For me, it was probably Final Fantasy 13.
Third birthday, Type 0, Final Fantasy 13.
I understand 13 a lot more on a second playthrough. Third playthrough.
Third playthrough?
Yeah, actually, almost beat it a second time. Type 0. The game I just played.
Parasite Eve 2.
Vagrant Story.
Vagrant Story's up there, too.
Swear is just terrible.
Oh,
apparently.
Bloodborne. Fuck if I know what happened in that game. Fuck if I know.
Well, it's not a whole lot, I don't think, is it?
What?
There's not a whole lot of story in that game, is there?
There's like...
It's just like an environment. It's like an event that happens.
There's like some kind of story, but it's like all found in like optional shit, basically. And comics.
Comics.
So, yeah, they have comics of Bloodborne, in case you guys wanted to know that.
New Bloodborne podcast from Joe. Certain dollar amounts will read the comics, and once he finishes those, he'll work on the next Souls game.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking Parasite Eve 2 for me.
If you
also,
think 2 was bad, dude, Third Birthday is way worse.
I believe it.
And 1 is fine. Like, I know what happened in 1.
Yeah,
I don't know
1,
what happened.
yeah,
It just
1 is
derailed.
very clear on what happens.
It just derailed very quickly.
What else? Bounty Hunter. It's a fucking kind of...
Okay, there's death sticks.
I mean, you kind of get it,
You
but
want
also...
some death sticks? It's not games you hate. It's games you didn't get. They were nonsensical.
Didn't understand bad plots.
Oh, Chase versus Games says it's the item descriptions that tell you the story.
The
of
item
Bloodborne.
descriptions in Bloodborne are the things that tell you.
Okay, that's very
story.
strange.
Yeah.
Why would that be the thing that tells you the story?
I think it hints at what happened. I already know what happens.
You should have an idea of what happens when you're playing the game.
The second you
you
walk
think?
out and there's a Wolverine dude there just shredding you, yeah.
I mean, you
Something's
find out
up.
after that.
No, you don't, because you never pass it. That's what. That's what happens.
the
He
end of the
kills
game.
you like a bitch over and over again,
end
and
of
you're
the
just
game.
like, "Fuck it, I'm not playing this."
Yeah, you have any
Right now.
games that had nonsensical plots? Game.
Nonsensical plots. I feel like that's...
Alone in the Dark, a new nightmare.
Yeah.
That was a nonsensical plot.
Cameron.
I'm just trying to think of a game.
Cameron's had a pretty good run.
Yeah, Cameron always gets the good games. It's like no one's mad at him or something.
No one's angry with Cameron. Yeah, Cameron's just the quiet
Not even
guy.
God.
And the funny thing is like, even in the outside world, they're like, "You need to play more Nintendo games." Caleb, Dylan said that, and I was like, "Cameron's played like 3. I've played like 3. Like, what's the problem here?" Like
You played enough?
You play Nintendo. Oh, I guess Cameron did play Metroid before, so I suppose he had.
I had never beaten it though. But
Well, I'd never even played it, so I saw a guy play it.
played as a child and only got like up to the first boss, and then it was too complicated for a child to comprehend.
Next question is, I think it's from A4 Extreme, by the way. I think it's pretty safe to say that a lot of design philosophies from the early days of gaming don't hold up anymore. For instance, lots of games have completely given up on the lives system, finding other ways to punish you for dying. My question is, what are some old gameplay design aspects from retro games that just get under your skin? My example is that I've been going through the Mega Man Legacy Collection, and I can't stand instant death hazards like the spikes or bottomless pits. It feels like a disproportionate punishment. I should get through a section shooting enemies with minimal damage, but it wasn't absolute perfect on a platforming section, so I die. Bounty Hunter, perfectly described right there. it's made worse when these show up in games where getting hit sends you flying backwards, like the aforementioned Mega Man games or earlier Castlevania games. Oh yeah, fucking Castlevania, you get hit by a fucking floating Medusa head that does the fucking zigzag things, and then you fucking fly into the fucking
flag.
into the fucking gears and get destroyed by him. Yeah, that shit is bull.
Those games are hard.
I don't mind the instant death hazards though, because they're kind of like that's part of the difficulty of Mega Man, and I love those games. I mean, because Mega Man would be super easy without those.
I think that the one thing that old games used to do that they don't do anymore that is good, that they don't do it anymore, is turn-based multiplayer. So you'd wait for Luigi to die so that Mario can have a turn. Mario dies, Luigi can have a turn.
Oh, yeah.
What about tank controls?
Oh,
Those
tank
don't exist
controls
anymore,
are
really.
the other one. Or stopping to shoot.
Tank controls still exist. That one PS4 Godzilla game I gave Joe has tank controls.
No, does it really?
It does.
Oh my god. No. I was going to
Why do they exist? Like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, I honestly don't know. I don't know. I played it and I was like, why the fuck is this tank controls?
Use a tank.
Christ.
Godzilla's a machine.
shooters that don't use triggers.
Or shooters. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
You know, I used to do that.
Yeah.
I used to have the Call of Duty mapping where X was shoot. And now I'm just thinking back and I'm like, what the fuck was wrong with me? Like,
Halo
would I do
perfected
this?
The controller scheme. After Halo, it's all. If you didn't do that trigger as the shoot button, you're just wrong.
Yeah.
You're just wrong.
I would say things that they don't do anymore. Health. I hate health in shooters. And I hate health in Call of Duty Classic more than anything else.
Battlefield 1 has health.
I don't know what you mean by you hate
No.
health in
No, it doesn't
shooters.
have health. It has a stamina system.
But you can get
You
health,
regen.
but regenerate it. But the new Battlefield coming out will have 4 sections of health, and if you ever get down below it, your health will not regenerate above that section.
So what I mean is like in Halo 1 where you picked up health packs to regenerate, and then you also had the shield, but then Halo 2 it was just the shield. I hate Halo 1 style. I hate having to collect like canteens and get like health back.
Huh.
It's annoying. It is more realistic, I guess.
No,
But Call of
it's
Duty
not realistic
Classic
at all, but whatever.
Call of Duty Classic is horse shit, and I can't regenerate health ever, and I just have to run, and I can never beat that game on veteran. I just can't, and it's because the fucking health system.
Call of Duty Classic is insanity.
It's bullshit. They snap to you instantly, and you're dead.
I know. They're fucking like I told you about the part where I poked out my gun from the behind the wall, and the dude who was like mounted on that tank was just like before like I even poked out.
It's horseshit.
It's fucking bull.
And I want to platinum it, and I know the game. I know I can beat it. I just cannot beat it on veteran. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not okay.
And my honor,
I can't do it.
I am honor bound to not do this thing because what you can do is you can delete the fucking update file.
Oh, is it part of the
Open up the
update that
game.
made it so you have to play it separately?
No, the update. What you can do is you delete the update file, and then you launch the game and you play the credits, and it'll give you the platinum.
No.
It'll give you the difficulty trophies for veteran and hardened, and you get it. It's just free, and it's there. And I know about it. I've known about it for a long time, and I just won't do it. I'm like, no,
Okay, I won't do it.
I won't do it because it's
I
too
could,
much.
but I would.
I
I won't
can, yeah. And it's like I fucking hate this game, and I'm never gonna get it unless I rip it off. But it's just wrong, so I won't. Fuck that though. Anything
Call of
that
Duty
game does,
Classic.
like enemies snapping to you, that's really annoying. The really long tutorials, they don't really do that as much now. Now it's like they'll teach you how to play the game as you play the game. So like God of War, you find a new weapon, and it's like, oh, this is how you use the weapon. And then like the level's like, hey, look, there's another area where you can use the weapon. Look, there's a little bramble bush, you can burn it open, and then it like cements that in your mind, like this is for this, and then it just releases you into the world again, and you're like,
Because
oh,
it's a well-designed game.
yeah. And then you're like, oh, hey, I remember this area. It had a bramble bush. I can go back there. Like it introduces it to you well instead of like a fucking encyclopedia, which some games do, and it's like it's just as in depth as the other one. It's just more poorly done. I feel like usually that's better now.
Point of no returns without warning. Some of the old Final Fantasies had some of those.
Oh yeah, or like if you don't have a save or an extra save, and then you just get fucked.
Yeah, now they tell you like, hey, this is the end. You know, watch out.
Yeah, they'll give you some kind of thing. So there's a few. I do like auto saves as opposed to saves, but then sometimes I'm like, is this one of those games that needs a save? Or
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Fallout
You know
3,
what?
yeah.
You know what? I'm glad
Needs
that
a
no
save.
game has ever done the save charm thing from Alone in the Dark again.
Resident Evil does that. With the it does ink ribbons, and you have to find a typewriter and have an ink ribbon to save. So it's more dick. Yeah, dude.
God, fuck! You've just sealed it. I'm never playing Resident Evil again.
Sometimes if you play on the easier difficulties, you have unlimited ink ribbons, though, so you just have to find the typewriter. But the save charm was pretty stupid. I was like, I don't even understand what this is doing.
They try
Fucking-
to add
fucking save
saving as
charm.
in-game lore.
Yeah, I'm like, this is stupid. This is out of the game. What are you trying to do here? Break the wall?
Well, I mean, it's cool in a way because it's like it's allowing you to save anywhere, but the games just allow you to do that now anyway. But
yeah, it just saves
it's
it the last
unlimited,
doorway
unlimited
with the-
amount of times.
Yeah.
I think after Metal Gear Solid, we all need what Metal Gear Solid 1 had, with the exception of the one part where you can go all the way back to whatever your save was. But yeah, I like the instant, try it again.
Can't remember what game it was where the autosave fucked me. Where I was running away, I was super low health, and so I went into the next room, which caused an autosave to occur. But on the other side of the door was a whole bunch of things that were already trying to kill me.
Autosave.
And it autosaved because I autosaved to where I go through the door and then almost immediately die.
Yeah.
But I refused to start over again because I already put so much time in the game.
I refuse to be another drug abuser teen statistic.
But I think I finally got it to where I had done it so many times where the AI started doing things differently on the other side of the door to give me enough time to do like a roll out of the way.
Isn't it
eventually.
sick how much you can memorize something by the end? It's like, I know this thing. Like I know this thing like the back of my hand.
Like I like the
Oh,
AI.
like Bloodborne, like every level in Bloodborne. Okay, the game I apparently just ran to the bosses.
You'll never forget it, will you?
Do you ever just think about the
I've
movie
got that first level.
Live, Die, Repeat?
I never saw it. I wanted to see it though.
I didn't either, but yeah.
Just go see
I do
it.
sometimes think about how I needed to see that movie.
Go
And
see
then
it.
he goes to sleep, wakes up, and then repeats. But
I need to see that one. Yeah.
yeah, I would say things that games do that are just like total dick just to kill you. And this is I swear to God, something in Dead Space makes this happen because I was playing Dead Space one time. Excuse me, and once again, yeah. And like I got through this brutal, vicious fight. It was like insane, and I was super low health, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm just gonna go save," because like, in Dead Space is one of those ones where you can fuck yourself with the save, but like you can go through without getting hit. There are perfect runs. You just have to be fucking fast. You have to chop off the limbs, grab the limb, and shove it back in their face. There's all sorts of ways you can kill things in that game. Mm-hmm. And so I did that, and I was like, I'm going back up there. Oh, no, I think I was going to go buy a fucking health potion from the shop. I was like, fuck it, man. I got to go buy this because I was playing on the harder difficulty. And I, take the elevator up the stairs. This is an area I was in. I killed everything. Everything was dead in the zone. And you know those little, glob things that, come out of the fat guys' bellies?
Yeah.
There was one little glob, and it was waiting for me. I could see it just, doing this little glob dance at the top of the elevator. And when the elevator stopped, he just leapt at me and then one-shot me, and I just died. And the thing is, I loaded my game back up, killed all the guys down below, and I went back, and he wasn't there. And I was saved down below, and he was no longer on the fucking top level. So I think the game programmed a little glob dude to fuck you if you go up that elevator when you have no health, and he's just sitting there fucking glob dancing, and you're like, fuck, I'm dead, but it's just slowly
There's
getting
only
up
one
there.
way to test that.
Just do it over and over again.
No. Just go back on, do that level again, but this time make sure you have low health, and then go back on the elevator again.
Well, the thing is I had max health, and I went back up the elevator later because I didn't get hit the second time, and the fucking glob guy wasn't there.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You got to do it again with low health to see if he's there.
Maybe I should. I know, Chase. I bought Dark Souls 2 yesterday because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the Dark Souls need. I'm like, Joe
It's calling
beat it,
you.
and I haven't.
There's a thing where
I've
it
never
just
beat
calls you.
Dark Souls.
It's part of the same universe, but
It's
that one's supposed to be the easiest one.
on Wikipedia. It said it's not. They're like,
Oh, really?
It's by the same person, and they're similar, but they're not actually connected by IP. So
Oh, well, it was made by the same people, I guess. So that's close enough. That's supposed to be the easiest one in that genre of horseshit dark games.
I've been told Dark Souls 3 is the easiest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, fuck. Which one should I start with then?
The first one.
Bloodborne.
Just start with Demon Souls.
Demon Souls also isn't really connected, but you could.
I think it's
no, it's the Souls series is what they call it, and Demon Souls is part of it.
It's not, actually.
That's what I saw on Wikipedia, man. You can
It's
look
only-
at it again, I guess.
It's technically not.
well, it's
but
like Type
it
Zero.
also is
It's
at
like
the same
connected
time.
thematically, and it's has similar elements, but it's not in the same universe. It's not Final Fantasy
The,
13 and 13.
the reason they made Dark Souls is because Demon Souls was made for PlayStation only. It was made as a specific
exclusive,
IP,
yeah.
so that's why Demon Souls is different.
What's the next question?
Next question is from Shinru. It says, just wondering, since E3 is right around the corner, what Nude Clan's plans are. Will the four of you be doing a Twitch live stream reaction to the big conferences for PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo, or something else? I just hope it's better than the last one.
Joe and I are going to be working, so no.
We do actually have a plan with one of our listeners going to be joining us for our E3 episode.
We're going to watch E3, at least the three of us. Me and Caleb are at least going to watch it.
Yeah.
Cameron. Joe probably won't.
No. I'll be working full time. I'm trying to make a movie.
But we will. It will be better than last year's because some of us will have watched E3.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we do have a plan. He asked for a date. Did you confirm that date with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Next question is from M. Bastion Berry. He has two of them. Says, are you guys counting the theatrically... Oh, wait, no, this one's from Abrek. Are you guys counting the theatrically released Pokemon movies as video game movies? I can't remember if this was covered before or if you had a rule like no animated movies or something.
We were saying live action.
Also, I only asked because they're listed on the Wikipedia entry for movies based on games. I think it's an interesting argument that could be made either way, considering the Pokemon video game predates the anime. We had a plan that I think we were going to watch the animated movies after we finished all the live action ones.
Yeah, and if it keeps going like it's been going, it's going to take us a while.
It will, yeah.
Although we are doing those ones like as they come out, as like cheap ways to get a free episode. But
the live action ones theatrically released, and a big part of that was just thinning the crowd because there was a bunch of stuff from like China and Japan.
Yeah,
and they were almost all animated, and almost none of them were over here. So it's like
just
easier for us to keep track of what one's next.
Yeah,
that's all.
And then we still fuck it up with the Tomb Raiders.
Still fuck it
yeah.
up. So that's all. Live action.
Eventually, though, I hope to, because there is a really good Resident Evil one, like Regenerate or Degenerate, some shit. I don't know.
I mean, we could do it with Pokemon because I mean, we only had two come out here. Pokemon the movie and then Pokemon the movie.
But we should do it
2000.
after we do all the live actions, though. Because the live actions, the whole point of that is like shitty movies, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
Because we get to play all these awesome games, quote unquote. Cameron gets to play all these awesome games. Everybody else gets to play. Everybody else gets hosed, but
everybody else gets the shit one.
yeah, be alone in the dark and the Parasite Eve 2. Although that was my fault, but
oh wait, no, Cameron did Armored Core.
yeah, but he was the one that liked it.
God, what's the matter with? Maybe he just likes all the games. Maybe that's just not a game that Cameron
maybe
doesn't
it's
like.
Cameron and not the games. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
you
haven't
positive?
played a game.
The
that
rest
I
of us are
ate
just
so
jaded,
far.
evil fucks.
Wait, there has to be a game that what game did I give a low review to? There has to be a game I gave a low review.
You gave a low review to Armored Core, but you did like it the most.
Same
out
with
of the
Bounty
three
Hunter.
people who
You
played
liked
it,
it?
and
Gave
Bounty
a-
Hunter. I didn't
enjoyed
review
Bounty
it, though.
Hunter.
Your highest score on Bounty Hunter, I think, was a 6 or a 7
Yeah.
for sound.
Okay, well, it was a bad game, but I still enjoyed it more than.
Because you're wrong.
I did too for about the first 30 minutes. And then it was very downhill. God.
It wasn't as bad as these two make it out to be, but it was bad.
No,
It is.
it was. It was, Cameron.
I just
very
remembered
close
that
to
I
it.
had to take Dramamine in order to get through that game.
It did cause headaches.
Yeah, Schweiss got drunk, man.
I was not better at it though.
No,
I did
getting
not
drunk,
play the game.
Getting drunk is not good for that game. I mean, the movements. I learned how to not move the camera around because that's what was giving me headaches.
I was a lot cheerier.
We're back
though.
on. We're back on a bounty.
I was a
hunter, by
lot
the way.
cheerier when I got hit by that rocket when I was drunk.
Bounty-
Rather than sober, I was
Bounty
just
Hunter has
laughing.
scarred
and
us
crying.
all.
Yeah, but now you look back at it and you laugh. It's a joyful experience now.
It's not a joyful experience, Cameron.
You got the bout. You caught it.
Laughing about our pain
Sitting
is the
next to
only
me
way
for
we can
too
get
long.
through it.
Sitting on the side of the table. The bout.
This next question
Abrac?
is from Ambassador
No.
Barry. He says, "What are your favorite podcasts?" Which I think we've answered before.
I think we have answered before.
What was that Star
We've
Wars?
answered
It was a
before.
Star Wars Minute.
Star Wars Minute's pretty great.
Okay, someone at work wanted to listen to a great Star Wars podcast, and I was like, I think it's Star Wars Minute.
They go through the movies 1 minute at a time.
Yeah, and I was like, it's really deep, and this guy's super into Star Wars, so I was like, you should do that one. It's the only one I've ever heard of. So
I got my list. I got my list right here. Adam Carolla Show. So I reinstalled my phone. I factory updated it so that it would stop being an asshole, which it did. It stopped being an asshole. I don't know what was wrong with it. I got the Adam Carolla Show, which big fan of that podcast. American Cinematographer Podcast, for anybody really interested in cinematography. They get deep. I got the Song of Swish and Johnson. I got Test Pattern, made by our friend Jacob, a.k.a. Bandram. How Did This Get Made is probably my favorite podcast. I Was There Too is a really good one. I got James Bonding, which I love to listen to all the time, talk about James Bond. I got Kermode and Mayo's Film Review, which is the only film critic I actually listen to. I almost never agree with him, but I listen
is that why
to
you
him.
listen? Is that why we're still doing Ultima? Because never agree.
Maybe.
Well, we totally do on the game, so I guess not.
Metal Up Your Podcast is a great Metallica fan podcast. It's fan-fucking-tastic. Movie Moments Podcast was a podcast I was on and hasn't updated in a while, and I'm mad because there's another episode that I recorded that hasn't been...
is that your one dude's?
Yeah, it's a William.
Goldblum?
Yeah, Goldblum.
Nice.
He got a job. He got some really big job at ABC, the local ABC
Nice.
station, so he's really busy, I guess. Nude Clan, Puff Puff Hour, those are on here. Script Notes for screenwriters, it's a good podcast. Smodcast, Kevin Smith's podcast.
I listen to that too.
I'm coming into another one where I never agree with these people, but I finally have downloaded a movie podcast that is not specific. The Canon is a podcast I have recently gotten into. I never agree with the host on almost anything, but it's still enjoyable because they're talking about movies I dig. The Director's Cut. This is the Directors Guild of America. Most of these are going to be like film fucking podcasts here. The Godzilla podcast. Joe Rogan Experience is one I listen to. Whenever there's someone who pops up that I know, I'll listen to that one. Steven Tyler's recent episode. Kevin Smith's recent episode. Those are good. The Q&A with Jeff Goldsmith. Another screenwriting podcast. Ultima Final Fantasy. I don't know if you've heard of that one. Unspooled is Paul Scheer and the chick from The Canon going through and talking about the top AFI Top 100 list, which I just finished. And that's a recently started podcast, and it's pretty good so far. Although, once again, she says things, and I never agree with her. Ever agree with her, but I still enjoy it. And then those are pretty much my top ones.
He's like
I like Fat Man on Batman, and then there's another one Kevin Smith has that talks about Frasier. I've listened to a couple times.
And it has Matt Myra as well, right?
Yeah.
What is that thing called?
It's something about egg salad.
Salad and scrambled eggs. And
Yeah, it's a thing from Frasier.
Top hat and buttered popcorn.
That's
Toss
for me and you.
salad
Thanks,
and scrambled eggs.
Hey,
Twice your audience for that joke. It's
there's three people.
fucking.
You and me, and that's it. There's so much production and no result. It's a YouTube channel that I laugh at so hard. The fucking Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon review is awful.
He's
terrible,
I was
dude.
obsessed with Crouching Tiger, looking up reviews on YouTube from people who'd seen it because I like people talking about movies that I love. Crouching Tiger at the time was like a thin one, like people weren't talking about it. But I found this one guy.
It's like this 90s intro to the
my
thing.
God. It was this awful, like pre-taped VHS looking motherfucker going in, and he's a man who should never be in front of the camera.
Talk.
It's like watching it's like watching the Tom Cruise Scientology video where you just start watching it and you're like, where am I? What's going on?
Yeah,
what
he's
the
like
fuck
in
is
this
he talking
garden.
about?
Like, he's got a lot of money. This guy's rich, and he's thought he was going to make this YouTube channel. And he doesn't talk about the movie. He just talks about the actors and
Guys,
oh man,
look up Top Hat and Buttered Popcorn.
Yeah.
If you wanted, let's just be confused and make Schweiss
I
occasionally
feel like
bring
you
it
guys
up.
have showed me this, but I can't remember.
I thought about it the other day, and I sent it to
Buttered
the
popcorn.
13th cross chat, and I was like, oh my god, this guy. And everyone's like, what is this? Something we found. Something we unearthed that we should have never found. It's one of those things you wish you could unfind.
Just a deep YouTube video.
Yeah. And it's like, the guy clearly puts a lot of effort into like
He does.
the setup, but not his like a review and like the story. Because you wanted like a deep dive on like the symbolic meanings and shit.
Yeah.
He was just talking about like the actors and like their role and like
Michelle Yeoh
in this movie, and she recently did this, and I was like, what?
it was in Super Cop. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's great.
It's crazy how bad it is.
That's my favorite podcast right there.
Buttered Popcorn.
Is the one episode of Top Hat and Buttered Popcorn that I've ever listened to.
Okay.
So for me,
Yeah.
there's only 2 podcasts I ever listened to. Dan Carlin, Hardcore History, and Common Sense, and he only posts every 5 or 6 months.
Common
So-
Sense makes me mad because
Yeah.
it makes me mad at the world, and I stopped listening to shows
don't
that
like
make
Common
me mad
Sense?
at everything. So,
Yeah.
I
So-
do like Hardcore History though. That's a bitchy
Do you not
show.
listen to Rage Against the Machine anymore either?
I don't listen to the lyrics.
No. You're like, fuck, man, I want to go burn something down.
So it's the reason I don't really fucking watch the news either. Like I got CNN alerts and that's it. It's like fuck it.
That's why I don't look on Facebook. That's why I
Fuck
avoid
it.
Facebook.
I don't care. I don't care. I just don't want my
You can't live with your head in the ground.
my head's only partially in the ground.
The last time somebody
It's
said
news
that to
updates.
me, it was about aliens. And I was like flabbergasted because no one around me was defending me. And I was like, am I the only person in this corner that doesn't believe in aliens? Visiting our planet, living crop circles. Are you fucking serious? Like, explain it. I was like, I don't know what it is, but Jesus Christ, you don't either. You just want to live with your head in the ground. You're more than welcome to.
Oh my god.
He tips his
Dude,
tinfoil
I
hat to you
might-
and walks away.
Yeah.
Tinfoil hat.
That would give me like an aneurysm or some shit. I would just be
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck is happening here?
I'm furious enough with truthers whenever I hear that.
All right. Next question is, which new game are you looking forward to the most right now? I was really interested in Cyberpunk 2077, but recent rumors say it's an FPS that have dampened my enthusiasm. Octopath Traveler is now my top upcoming game. It's from
That
Felicia
looks
Namiko.
pretty awesome.
Octopath Traveler? Yeah, it does look pretty sweet.
I would say the new God of War.
Yeah, I
New
still
God
want to
of War?
play it.
Yeah.
And
I'd love to play it again.
Cyberpunk 2077 is pretty good for me.
you could keep playing
Also,
it,
Dragon Quest 11 and the new Spider-Man game for PS4.
Joe. Everyone's excited about the Spider-Man, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't care about
I
Spider-Man.
was kind of out after they took out Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, out of the game.
Fuck Tobey Maguire.
Tom Holland
Fuck
or
you.
whatever his name is. He works, but he also is not very old, so that works.
Gameplay looks fucking sweet for the new Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and literally all I want to do ever is just swing around the city. Like,
Yeah.
I try to do that in
Swinger,
other
you
games,
dirty
dude.
fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember the old Spider-Man games. They were shitty, Caleb.
They are, for the most part, yes.
I remember a PS1 game that was almost unplayable for
like
me.
90% of all superhero games are terrible.
Or cash grabs.
Yes.
Oh, Red Dead. That's right, Abrac. No,
oh,
you know
yeah,
what?
Red Dead 2.
I forgot. Yeah, Red Dead 2.
Later this
fucking
year,
excited.
October.
October, yeah. That's still months away, though. And, like, I'm not done with God of War yet, so my excitement for God of War isn't over. It was just stymied by 28 hours of Type 0. Because I sat there for, like, 10 minutes one day, and I was like, I need to start Type 0. But I really really want to play God of War more. I'm like,
Oh, I am excited for Ghost of Tsushima as well.
Okay.
and
None of these games I've heard of.
you Octopath, really? That's by isn't that by the guy by Sakaguchi?
Octopus. You want to hear that?
I know, yeah.
It might be.
It's
Can't
like
remember.
a 2D. It's really we have the thing on. We have the thing.
Kingdom
the
Hearts
demo.
3, Death Stranding.
Death Stranding. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 is not coming out this year. Does anybody at this table think Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out this year? Because I don't.
I don't know.
It'd be hard to believe.
Honestly, I don't care enough about it.
Jake thinks December. I think Jake's fucking high. And a lot of people are still convinced that it's going to come out, and I'm like, I don't
it has
think so.
They're going to announce it for November
date.
30th and then push it to January 30th.
Probably.
It'll be January 1st, and they'll be like, I fucking told you. 2019.
Let's answer one more question and save the other ones.
So pick the best question you
No,
feel
just pick the
that's
next
here on this
one
list.
so that you know where
And
on
then
the
cross out, yeah.
cross out.
Because
Yeah.
we got to do After Dark still.
We do.
We could answer some of them if they're like adult questions on there. That'd be fun.
Adult. What is it, Love Line now?
There aren't.
Yeah.
Okay, next question is
So I had
from
hemorrhoids
Chase
and my
versus
boyfriend.
Game. He says,
in my
are there
hands.
games that exist that prevent Jocore or better yet, punish it? And I actually put some work into this, so I do know that there are, in fact, some games that do that. Ninja Gaiden Black is one game that if you play it on easy, you will have a purple ribbon on your arm that you get made fun of for the entire game. The Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusion, if you play it on easy, you can only play 3 levels, and it won't let you fight a boss. And in fact, you walk past the final boss and get to Minnie, and then it tells you to play on normal. The only way to unlock easy mode in games like Devil May Cry and God of War is to die a bunch of times in a row.
But you chose the difficulty
You can only play on normal or hard.
on God of War.
And God of War and Devil May Cry, the first one.
Not
If
God of War, you can
you-
choose easy.
In the first one?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
And then, you know what's more infuriating? When the game mechanics kill you and the game thinks you're a bitch and you can't fight the boss. Like, oh, you didn't run through that spike pit fast enough? Do you want to play on easy? I'm like, it's going to be the same difficulty, God of War, so fuck you. I know I suck at this, okay?
It's only if you die a bunch of times in a row, yeah.
Yeah.
Abrex says Metal Gear Solid 5, if you play on easy, you have to wear a stupid-looking chicken hat.
Oh, nice.
That's fun.
See,
it makes your
all these
stealth like
things Joe just
0.
doesn't care about. He's like,
In the
I'm
game-
still gonna play it on easy.
In the game,
Beat
the dishwasher vampire smile, if it asks if you want to play in pretty princess mode if you die too much, and then the enemies will bleed pink hearts instead of blood, and then there will be pink hearts all over across the map, contrasting with its black and white gothic tone for extra
Doom
embarrassment.
calls you a piece of shit if you quit. He calls you like a puss. And then, Max Payne games, the first 2 do that as well. It's like, what are you quitting already? What are you, like some kind of bitch? I'm like, I gotta work. I mean, I gotta go do my job, so sure.
Well, see,
Fuck you.
Bloodborne was the thing where if you die, you lose all your experience up to a certain point. So that was actually the game that punished you for dying.
Or 11, old school Final Fantasy 11, where it's
See,
like,
the thing with Bloodborne,
now you're leveled down.
you collect the stuff until
Oh,
you get to a certain point. You
that's
level up,
right.
and then you do the boss run where
and
you don't
11
care about blood.
is a game
echoes.
I know Craig would never be able to fucking play.
I could do it.
you couldn't play 14. You got shunned
Yeah,
from the
that's
community.
true. If you can't
You
do
were
14,
so mad. People are assholes.
It was only like that one time.
You
and I
should
was
have
like, well,
never
fuck
been a
that.
tank, Craig. That is the hardest role in that game.
Still,
should have
though.
never
Anyway,
been a
if you beat Robot X at the end of Stage 5 on Easy in Streets of Rage 3, he taunts you, proclaiming that you play like a beginner, and then the game will reset, essentially locking you out of the last third of the game.
You know what? You know what games actually punish you for playing Joe Core and trying to get to the end as fast as possible? RPGs. Most role playing games do.
Yeah.
So because then you'll
there's
have
no
to
strategy.
You'll have to grind after that.
Yeah.
because you'll be
Twisted Metal
underleveled.
2 only lets you fight the first boss, and then a stop sign will appear and say that you no losers beyond this point if you play it on Easy.
Nice.
Beating Earthworm Jim on Easy removes the ending cutscene and replaces it with a 10-minute audio file of the game's creator berating you.
Oh, nice.
Drunken rage.
I just want you guys to
pretty
know,
much.
I still wouldn't give a shit.
And he would still count it as beaten too.
I still would.
Yeah.
What if
Would you listen to the whole
what
thing
if
now?
what if there was a game? What if there was a game that wouldn't give you end credits because you played it on easy?
You just tweet him and you're
There
like,
were.
fair.
There's Twisted Metal 2
Yeah.
and Streets of Rage 3.
If it never gave me end credits,
Because you can't beat and Mickey Mouse. You can't fucking beat any of those games. It's just like,
I would probably just beat him then. It's like,
play it on normal. You gotta play
Well,
it on
you would have to
normal at
treat it
least.
like a MOBA or like one of the other games, like Pac-Man. When we're looking at the games,
I
we're crossing
enjoy
off
playing
100
games on normal because that's what they designed the game to be.
It depends on what the
Normal.
game describes itself as. Because, like, in Type 0, the game's like, hey, if this is your first time playing, you should play on easy. And I was like, okay, I'll play on easy. Because I treated that as the normal. Like, it kind of depends on the verbiage that they use in the game. Because I want it to be a challenge, but I don't want it to be like God of War, the new one on hard, where it's like, fuck you, you're never going to get past this.
Ares! Destroy my enemies! And my
Speaking of God of War,
thanks for the follow.
it's, I like it to be a good challenge, but
Jesus
not
Christ.
too much. It always gets us, yeah. the trumpet in Final Fan on the FF podcast we do, it scares the shit out of me.
No, it's not. It was the perfect moment for it too. And see, games that have their easy modes, where it's like, hey, you just want to enjoy the story without actually playing the game. Like Persona did
what
it.
an easy mode should be, though.
But that's also what it said for God of War, this new one. It says if you just want to enjoy the story, not really
just
have a
got-
hard game.
just
it was
died,
still a game. Trust me.
It wasn't fucking Nier Automata where it plays
No,
itself.
It wasn't play itself.
It actually
I
plays itself
still
with
got
you
some
there.
game overs in that game.
all right, the
I had a
last
good time, though. That was a great game.
game that treats you like a piece of shit is Valkyrie Profile. It's actually harder on easy mode because they remove certain dungeons that would allow you to grind, and also remove certain helpful items from the game.
Oh wow, that's
And they
awesome.
set you at level 30, but your stats can't rise that much higher.
wow.
That sounds super
So
funny.
it's a real big fuck you. So yeah.
Now you want it
and
easy, eh?
actually, there is one more I forgot. 50-cent blood on the
Yes.
sand unlocks a 0-point achievement on Xbox called "Not Bulletproof" for dying on easy mode.
It's an achievement.
That would be a trophy on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yep.
It would
There
be,
you go.
It would be worth
It's worth
15
it.
points.
Worth it. Totally worth it. All right, guys. Well, that was our Q&A episode. We have a lot of Qs saved up for future episodes. So,
do.
thank you for those who gave us that. Keep on asking your questions, though. Craig will compile them, and we'll get
I
to
will. Yes.
them. So that's hashtag NudeClanQ on Twitter. And, of course, you can follow the show at Nude Clan Podcast. You can follow me at Joseph Vigolier.
Me at Obsidian Ba.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast.
Our website is nudeclan.net, where you can join our forums, ask us questions there, and join the conversation. If you want to check out our other shows, we have a Song of Schweiss and Johnson, a Game of Thrones podcast. We have Puff Puff Hour, a Dragon Quest podcast, Ultima Final Fantasy, a Final Fantasy podcast, and the Godzilla podcast, a Godzilla podcast. And if you want, there's some fan fiction podcast that is related to us remotely
Vaguely.
called Super Sexy Swingin' Fan Fiction, hosted by Jacob from Puff Puff Hour, as well as Lycan of Light. So go check out those things, guys.
Also, iTunes reviews, guys. We need some for
yeah, we do.
our Resident Evil
Giveaway.
I did
giveaway.
not find that.
And
we
also
still have one for fucking
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
And yeah, Tomb Raider, I guess. Guys, iTunes reviews. You can also leave reviews on our fucking website on the episodes. So please put them somewhere if you can't put it on iTunes.
If you did win the Tomb Raider thing, then please email us as soon as you hear this. If you did not, though, we are looking for iTunes reviews.
Yeah, maybe we should just give it to the last two.
The last two reviews.
The last two reviews? Okay, who want... Tomb Raider would be the first one, then.
Yeah, we'll just give it to A for Extreme.
A for Extreme, you got Tomb Raider. Enjoy
and then
it.
Gregorio Borochenski. You get Resident Evil that we need to purchase still. So tweet us your address. I'm pretty sure we might have.
Don't tweet us your address. Email us your
Send
address.
email or private
Your
message.
address
nudeclanpodcast@gmail.com.
with family out front. Yeah, just let us know.
and a list of your fears.
Tweet it privately. Jesus, that's what I meant. and we'll get it. Yeah, and list of all your phobias, and we'll get those sent out. So
All right.
get them off our hands.
I think that's it for this week. Stay tuned for on Wednesday / if you're watching Twitch, we're recording it right now. Nude Clan After Dark. And send in your questions via our phone line at 385-204-3921. That's the first time I've ever forgotten that phone number. 385-204-3921.
Gotta make a jingle for it.
Yeah, we do. We'll see you guys next week.
Enjoy the nude.
May the list go on.
Live always in the nude.
Fuck off.
Ah!